Ooh, what's spooky? It's Wednesday. We're gonna do some quick intros here because we have Cameron tonight, but only for about an hour, so I don't want to waste anyone's time, especially his. So I'm gonna bring in first the ladies, Lady Balefire,
Hey, I got my webcam back. I'm really excited.
Moxie Dame. You both have
Howdy.
sort of ladylike titles, huh? Dame is Dame a title?
No, it's more of a, that dame, it's a slang thing.
Oh,
Not altogether respectful, but
sounds like a nobility kind of thing too. I'm
Yeah, it
Canadian.
is
What do
a
I know?
title. It's like, Dame Maggie Smith. Like,
Oh, there you go. It's like a knight.
yeah.
We got Moo Dang Nadia and Kamran Pasha. Welcome, Cameron.
You see me?
People in chat.
So everyone see, I'm in my car because I care so much about Zax's channel that
He does.
I'm in between appointments right now, and he actually graciously put it 1 hour earlier because I knew there was no way I could meet my next appointment unless I did it right now. So I'm in my car, so everyone has to deal with that, and also everyone has to deal with I'm having fries because I haven't had any dinner and I'm really hungry. So you guys all have to deal with it. So it is what it is.
Cameron, it's in your rider actually, so that's part of Cameron's deal. His contract is he can eat fries on camera, so he's earned it. He's negotiated. It's all good. We got Booch here. Summarize 19 Hale, good to see you. I'm here also. So Cameron, that's Cameron's Patreon. I am a member of, and it's the best Patreon on the site. And
we've been on a run this week. We've been getting scoop confirmed after scoop confirmed. We'll talk about that later.
And his link is in the chat. It's the pinned comment. Words of Paradise, Leon. Hey, good to see you, Leon. Yes, yeah, I know. Thanks, man. Coming over from I was just on Gooch's stream talking about Star Wars Phantom Menace tonight, so I snuck over here after Jacob's here. Nadia, I see you.
You don't see me. I'm
wait. Nadia's in two places at once. It's freaking me out.
Oh no, well, she is. She can be in two places.
I have those superpowers.
Sneaky like that. Jana, good to see you. That was 18-month. Yikes. Oh, we're not. Okay, there you go. 6-year-old, 18 months. I'm missing that something there, but some contacts. Woo, I like that. No contacts needed for that. Big Ship, what's up? Good to see you. Ooh, Carry On Witch in residence. Like it. We do have some at least one Wiccan coming on the show tonight too later on. Join us. Squeeks Mouse is coming.
Lady B, how do I find out which tribe I'm part of?
I don't know. It's like I've never heard that of like, okay, what tribe? Because sometimes people talk about it differently, but it seems like Corwin Witch in residence is Wiccan, and I'm not Wiccan, but I'm a green witch, and I do practice witchcraft, and that's really big for me. And so I'm really excited. It's obviously a big holiday for us tomorrow, and
are you part of a lineage? I think that's what Corin was trying to find out whether you're part of a
no, definitely not. Like I don't know, my family's Italian. Like I've been reading about what is it, Dragononia or something like that, the Italian witchcraft, and that seems really interesting.
But no curses tonight.
No. I mean, why would you do that? You don't want that energy coming back to yourself.
No, definitely not. So this is asked.
I have the power of evil eye. Anyone like Corian knows. A few of my friends know. We'll talk about that. I guess this is a good evening to talk about the evil eye and things like that. But I do have the power of the evil eye. Whether I like it or not.
I tattooed on the back of my back, the Hamson hand.
You got the Hamsa?
Yeah. Yep.
This is not a weird tattoo, but instead if this is from Jana Banana, I asked members to send in pictures of their costumes. They have a favorite costume, and we'll just put this here. And
oh wow, okay.
Jana,
Jana, oh my god, that's
so good.
Yeah,
damn,
he's a lucky guy.
Gotta get the same. It's mine
I surrender to the Empire. I surrender. I'm out.
I'm out.
Well, the most popular show right now in LA is a parody show, which is a burlesque show of Star Wars called The Empire Strips Back. So it's like really attractive people, these kinds of really attractive strippers and these kinds of like, and it's amazing. I guess it's a parody, but it's amazing to me that Disney's not trying to shut it down because it's hugely popular here, and it's very risque.
Maybe Disney goes. Like maybe the execs like it.
Yeah,
I feel like I heard about that, like, or some kind of a Disney burlesque show that was like Dragon Con, like way back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they stated it as a parody, but they're using all the costumes. So I'm like, wow, I mean there is real copyright there. It's like, and they're making a lot of money on this. So I guess Disney's just been told, don't piss off the people of LA by taking away their fun of this.
Oh well. Trying to take away every other fun. So let us have something.
Yeah. Or at least have people like hot stormtrooper stripping. I mean, we can at least have that.
No kidding. I'm going to bring that picture back up again because why not leave it there for a bit? And then Cameron, you were going to tell us a little bit about. You had lots of some. Cameron is a ghost enthusiast. Goes ghost hunting. Has lots of great stories. Do you have any Halloween related ghost stories from Hollywood?
Sure. I mean, you know, Hollywood is a very haunted place. I mean, largely because this is such a tragic place. I mean, going back to essentially when this town was founded in like 1910, at least as a Hollywood place. Yeah, it's you know, there's so many famous stories. You know, I went once for a meeting, the very first meeting I had at what's the Culver Studios. So Culver Studios are where they filmed Gone with the Wind, right? And so that if you watch Gone with the Wind, the opening credits has a photo or an image of Culver Studios of the main sort of mansion. It's still there, right? It's still same as 1938. And so when I went there for a meeting very early in my career, I walk in, and I do not claim to be a sensitive. I do not claim to be a psychic. You know, I'm a dude. I'm an insensitive dude. So I don't claim to pick up on anything. Like all the attractive women on this panel probably pick up on things. I don't pick up on anything, right? But I walk into the building and I freeze. I'm like, I feel eyes on me everywhere, and I'm like, I get chills. I'm like, what the hell's happening here? And there's like a security guard there, like an old dude. I was like, I'm sorry, sir, is this place haunted? He's like, oh, you have no idea. He's like, you have no idea. It's his old African-American security guard. He's probably been there for 50 years, right? He's like, after 6 p.m., the third floor of the mansion where they have like executive office or whatever, when the executives leave, we lock the entire floor so nobody can get up there because that's their place. And if you go up there without like their permission or without their welcome, poltergeist activity starts happening, right? He's like, they will throw things at you. He's like, no, we don't mess with those guys, right? So that's just an introductory story of how deeply haunted this town is.
Yeah. I was trying to decide. I feel like I've been there before, and oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to check it on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really weird. Like it had very different energy from some other places I've been.
Mm-hmm.
It was an older, like it had older feeling to it.
And I think there's like, forgive me, I'm trying to remember the details. There's an incident where I think Charlie Chaplin shot somebody in that building and like killed somebody. Or at least he was somehow associated with this shooting. I don't want to make up the story, but I'm pretty sure it was something like Charlie Chaplin was having an affair with somebody's wife or something like that. He was a bit of a ladies' man. And then like the guy confronted him and he shot him, right? Because Charlie Chaplin got away with it. Let me see if I can, that's an urban legend, but let me see if I can find the exact you know, the story where that happened, but supposedly the ghost of that guy who died there, right? Is there. Yeah, and yeah, so yeah, and I'm reading that he actually Charlie Chaplin was himself the target of an attempted assassination attempt on a yacht, and I think that was in relationship. You know, was because of something related to that incident that happened. So I'll look into this while we're all talking. But apparently the ghost of whoever was involved in that whole incident is still there.
This is also Jana, so I'm not sure if you guys have a favorite Jana
true.
costume picture that you would prefer, but this is another one.
Still would.
This one's very modest. It's very modest.
That's like I'm not putting. It's like my what I call my fibro pants. Like I'm just wearing like the comfy pants, like, but still would. Yeah, I like the spider.
Moxie, what's do you have any? How do you celebrate Halloween? Do you have any traditions you want to tell us about, or you don't mind sharing? I know you got a little one. I don't know how much you want to talk about that.
So Halloween's never been a big thing in my family growing up, but I did grow up in a small town that had a lot of activity. My high school was where I don't know if I've mentioned this on your stream before, but my high school, specifically the girls' locker room and a couple other locations, was where Carrie, the original Carrie, was filmed. And we knew the janitor pretty well. He was a cool guy, and he did not like cleaning the girls' locker room, the girls' gymnasium after dark, because the light switches that you need a key to turn them on would turn on and off when he was trying to do his job. And he's like, yeah, I don't like that. And the locker room was downstairs. So that scene with the shower and the tampons and all that, our locker room was downstairs. So he'd be up on the main floor of the gym and he could hear like sneakers and people running and stuff down in the locker room area. So that was a little freaky. It burned down like 2 years ago.
The whole school?
Like in a freak accident. No, just the girls' gym.
Are we sure this guy didn't have like a parole officer or something like that? He just couldn't go anywhere near the girls' change room? Possibly?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Speaking of which, here I'm going to share a costume of mine from back in the day. Look at this guy. Huh?
Oh my god.
Con-
Are you sure
convict
that's
member,
a
whatever.
costume, Jax?
Thankfully, I didn't go with the swastika on the forehead, so I can, yeah, so I can keep that
Wise
one.
choice.
I'm not so.
Oh, okay, guys, I found what happened. So I misstated what happened, but it was related to Charlie Chaplin. So the Culver Studios was founded by an early silent film producer named Thomas Ince, right? And he was like a big shot producer. And apparently, Charlie Chaplin and William Randolph Hearst, the media mogul, and Ince, they were all on some yacht. They were on a yacht having like a Hollywood party. And the story is that that Chaplin was caught by Hearst basically seducing Hearst's 20-year-old mistress, right? And so Hearst got enraged. He ran and got his gun and shot at Chaplin on the boat, but hit Ince instead, who was nearby, and killed Ince. And so basically they all got together and covered up the story of what happened there. But apparently Ince's ghost, goes back to Culver Studios, which he founded, because he's like, that's where he feels at home. But that's the thing. The poor dude got shot because he got in the way of a bullet, meant for Charlie Chaplin.
George, stop
That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, he saved him.
George, get down.
Yeah, well, essentially, Chaplin did very well with the ladies. He had I don't know, God knows how many kids, and his last wife was 50 years younger than him. He was an old school guy. So.
He did well. He did well for himself in that area. Maybe too
Charlie
young,
Chaplin's
you could say.
Cool.
Yeah,
maybe too young, you could say. Nadia, what about you? You tell us a bit about your history with Halloween, the holiday. So Wayne is, I think you're supposed to say the actual holiday. Samhain, yeah. Nadia, what you got?
Well, I mean, for the most part, growing up, I worked in haunted houses and built haunted houses. So most of my Halloween season from high school up was acting, doing makeup, building, or directing haunted houses. Tradition-wise, Chris and I usually what we'll do is carve pumpkins on the day of Halloween, watch a horror movie, hand out candy to kids. Simple stuff. Nothing too crazy.
Do you have any pictures of any of the haunted houses you worked at?
Stand by.
You can show. Okay.
Standing
by. And then
It's crazy living in a rural area. And we forget that people actually still go door to door, because here we live so far out that they do trunk or treats. It's kind of lame, but I mean, it doesn't seem as exciting for the kids to go to hit all the cars parked in the parking lot, the rec center.
But that's a good reason. You have a good excuse for trunk or treat. Most people don't. So if yours is because of the distance, that does make sense. At least the kids can get together and hang out or do something like that. And yeah, walking door to door can't happen, I guess.
Definitely not.
No. I guess it would be spooky out there though.
Oh, it's super spooky, especially when it's mating season for the elk. They sound terrifying. Their screeches, it's a bugle, but it's terrifying.
Have you guys ever done one of the adult haunted houses? The ones that are not, they're not sexually adult, I don't think, but it's where you sign a waiver before you go in. I've not done those, but
because they're really scary, or what's the waiver required for?
It's because they'll dump things on you and stuff like that. I guess it depends on the place, but there's one that's been going on for a while that they keep trying to shut down because they actually abuse you while you're in there.
I sent you in the private chat the teaser trailer that we had put together for the haunted house I had built out in Indiana that I did all the makeup for on that. So it's kind of like a story. But I will continue to look for some photos.
All right.
I just went to the Haunted Museum for the first time in Vegas.
How was that?
Wait, is that Zach Bagans' museum?
Yeah.
From Ghost Adventures? Yeah.
Yeah. Saw him actually. He came up and he was fixing the misters. I was like, that's a cool guy. He seems nice. But it was interesting. So you have to sign the release form and all that because people have passed out in there and people have fainted and whatever. But the reason, in my opinion, people faint is because they pump it so full of this fog machine stuff and incense, and it's a lot, and it's a 3-hour tour. So
Yeah.
Was
I mean,
he-
look, I mean,
did he do the
it
tour?
also adds to like the idea that you have to sign a waiver adds to sort of like the salesmanship of it. Ooh, I'm going into a very scary
Probably.
place. It's just- I mean, I don't doubt that many of those items really have some kind of like energy connected to them, but you know, it's PT Barnum stuff.
I wanted to go when I was in Vegas, and Nadia talked me out of it. So
Nope, I won't go because I believe, even if it's bullshit, energy follows you, and I will not have anything follow me home. I will not have anything near me. So, and I told Zax, if you're gonna go the last day because I will not be around you.
yeah,
Like at all, I won't. Nope,
she was
I'm too
deadly
sensitive
serious
to
about
stuff
that.
like that. Yep, nope.
All right, well, if I may, that gives me the chance to talk about the one and only time, so hopefully only time, that I've actually had a negative attachment follow me back from a haunt.
Oh yeah,
That's the theme of our Halloween talk today.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the only time, and you know, I've never believed that something could attach itself to me, right? Because I'm sort of like, I'm a spiritual guy, I'm a Sufi, I'm like, I got divine protection, blah 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 blah. It's never gonna happen to me, right? So I've been going ghost hunting for over 10 years, been to really interesting, scary places, some really like, you know, terrible murders and things happen, and I walked away without any fear that anything would ever happen to me. And then this thing happens to me. So it was like maybe a year before the pandemic, so that'd have been like 2019 or so, right? So I went to Hawaii, which I love. I've been there many times. But some friends of mine were doing sort of a ghost hunt there in Hawaii with a very nice guy who does his own ghost tours around the island, around the main island, you know, Honolulu, Oahu. And so we went there, and so I hang out for a few days. I love Hawaii, but then we're gonna have our big ghost tour at night. We go out in a bus, and there's a lot of people on there, and then we're going to different locales that he's telling us, okay, this is where this happened here. This is where the ancient kahunas did this rituals. We're getting like this mystical history of Hawaii and all that. It's fun. And then we're going to come to sort of the climax of the tour, which is we're going to go to this cave, which has a terrible history. It was a cave where essentially some poor young woman had been kidnapped and held for a very long time by essentially, you know, someone who's obsessed with her, who was, you know, a rapist killer type, and sadly she was killed in that cave. And then this is apparently a true story that eventually, you know, this crime was discovered. But you know, since that was supposedly like decades old crime that happened, and that the legend is that cave is haunted by both the woman who was murdered and her killer, right? And so I was like, okay, that's interesting. We go there. So we drive up. It's up in the, you know, it's a hilly side of Honolulu, whatever. We're there. We come in, we walked, we trekked through the hill, go out there, we get to the cave. And as we're approaching the cave, my friend Lopaka, who is the guide, he stops and he says, everybody turn around, get back on the bus. We're like, what? He said, we're not going to go to the cave. It's not safe. Like this is you know, this is his income. Normal. This is for him to say that. He's like, he's disappointing people who paid to go to the cave. He's like, no, I'm telling you, we can't do this tonight.
Right.
Something's terribly wrong. And later, what Lopaka told me is that he walked up to the cave, and as he approached the cave entrance, we were just literally outside the cave, maybe 5 or 6 feet. As he approached the cave entrance, he suddenly felt invisible hands against his chest, pushing him back. And he took that as like whatever spiritual guide or guardian warning him, do not enter. And because he never had that experience, he took it as an immediate warning, get away, something's wrong. So we all went back and we're like, okay, that's a very strange thing. So that's the beginning of this experience. So I go, oh, wow, okay. I get back to my hotel, and I'm staying in some very nice hotel in Honolulu, right? Some nice 5-star hotel, right? And I arrive and I come back to my room. It's like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And I go to the bathroom and I freeze. The toilet is gone. It's gone. There's a hole in the ground. In this like beautiful suite in a 5-star
What?
hotel, there is a hole in the ground exposing all the plumbing, and the toilet that had been there when I left is gone. So that was my reaction. What? Because what's happening here? I call the front desk. I'm like, excuse me, where's my toilet? And they're like, oh, you called us and specifically said to have it removed. And it was a very strange request. And we're like, but we serve our clients here. I was like, what are you talking about? Why would I call you to remove my toilet? That's insane. When did I do this? They're like, oh, it was at 7 o'clock at night. I was like, that was exactly when I was by the cave. I was like, well, I didn't call you. I'm out on this expedition with Ghost Hunt. And like, can you replace my toilet? They're like, that might take some time. So why don't we just give you a new room? I was like, what the hell is this crap, right? So whatever, I get a new room. And then the next day, things over. I'm about to leave Hawaii. And I get to the airport. And as I'm coming up to the airplane doors, suddenly the flight attendants close the door on my face. I'm like, excuse me, I'm trying to enter, right? I have a
Uh-huh.
ticket, right? They're like, oh, I'm sorry, it's exactly like 2:01, and doors closed. I'm standing here to enter. You've closed the door on my face. What do you mean you can't just open the door and let me in? People are boarding. They're like, I'm sorry, it's regulation. I was like, what the hell is this crap, right? So
Yep.
they're like, take the next flight. What do you need the next flight? I'm like, all right, but they're not budging for some reason. They're acting bizarre. Like, why are you
Okay.
acting like this? This is insane. And so you have to take the next flight. So I go to a Hawaiian Air, whatever I took. I go to the thing, like, when's the next flight? Oh, that's tomorrow. I'm like, what do you mean tomorrow? I gotta get home. I gotta go home. They're like, sorry, the next flight is tomorrow.
Thank you,
And
Moxie.
so I'm like, what do I do? All right, fine. Next flight is tomorrow, right? Can you book me on that? Put me on the next flight, right? So I basically spend the night because I don't want to have my hotel room. I spend the night. Is that the cave? Did you find the actual
Yeah, I
cave?
think so.
That
Yeah.
might be the one, the murder
Moxie
cave.
found it.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Very good research. So yeah. So I like, all right. So I spend the night in the stupid airport in Honolulu, right? So stupid. I'm sleeping on the chairs because they didn't let me on. So the next day I get on the plane, I go, and then like, oh, sorry, there's a storm and we're diverting from LA. We're gonna go to like Michigan. I'm like, what? All right. So we land in Michigan. All right, everyone. Sorry, the plane that's supposed to take you all to LA has some functional problems. So y'all have to stay here in Michigan. So I spent another day like in Ann Arbor or wherever the hell I was, like in the airport, like while they're trying to fix our plane so I can go back to LA. So several days go by before I'm back home, and I'm incredibly exhausted, right? I've been sleeping in the airport for 2-3 days. What the hell's happening? And then I go to sleep at home, and then suddenly the next thing I know is I'm awake and I'm running around my apartment. I've obviously been either sleepwalking or whatever, but I'm running around my apartment screaming, and I don't know why. I'm having some kind of night terror.
Okay.
But I woke up in the middle of it, and I'm like, what is happening to me? And this happens for a couple more nights where I'm like blacking out when I sleep and waking up like running around my place, right? So something really scary is happening. I don't know what's happening to me. So I've got a good friend of mine, Heather Kunha, who is actually has connection to Hawaii. And Heather, she's a psychic medium in LA, very good psychic medium. And
yeah.
I said, Heather, can I just come by? Something weird's happening. Can I just come by your place and talk to you? So she's like, oh. So I drive, like her place is up in like, the valley, whatever. So I drive to her house. And the moment I come to her door, she says, who the hell is this woman you brought from Hawaii? I'm like, what? There's a woman attached to you who you brought from Hawaii. Were you in Hawaii? I was like, yes, I was in Hawaii. So I want to talk to you about. There's a woman from Hawaii, and she just and she's a murder victim. I'm like, what? And it's like, this woman basically she said this, and she doesn't know the story yet. So Heather's like, you went to some cave where this poor woman was killed, right? And she's been trapped in there for decades. And then for whatever reason, she decided when you showed up, she decided you were her ticket out off the island. This is insane. It's like, you've got this murdered woman attached to you. The problem is this: you also have the guy who killed her attached to you. Because he won't let her go. He's this obsessive, so he's come too. It's like, and he didn't want you to leave Hawaii. That's why everything was happening. He was making sure people were behaving bizarrely to prevent you from going home, right? And taking her out, taking her away from him. And then she explained he lives in a, his soul lives in a dark, dank pool in the center of this cave, right? And that's where he finds his like sort of energy, whatever. And suddenly it makes sense. This guy had the toilet removed so he could hang out in my hotel room because he needed a dark, dank hole, right? And so I'm like, Heather, this is insane. She's like, yeah, but this is actually kind of dangerous because he's like a psychopath. And he's now like, he's causing you the night terrors. He won't leave you alone because she thinks you're her way out. And she's like, I'm like, I'm not anybody's way out. I wish you freedom from this thing, but don't come into my life. And so Heather does like a ritual, and she talks to both of them and makes the bad guy go away. I guess, I don't know if this poor woman ever found peace, but eventually she let go of me. But that is an actual insane story of an attachment that took over my life from this cave.
Wow. From this cave.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Well, so I was hoping that your story would end with you on the plane next to the toilet. It had bought a seat.
I'm in this really nice hotel. I open the door, and there's a hole where the toilet was. I mean, it's incomprehensible.
That's. I don't know why they would do that. Why wouldn't they just say no?
It made no sense. They're like, who called us? I was like, Well, who took the order? They couldn't figure out who took the order. All they knew was in the system it was recorded. And somebody called and somebody told the technician to go take care of this. But they couldn't figure out who anybody was.
Trolled by a Demon. That's the name of your show.
Yeah.
I can't believe they took out the toilet.
That's so
Like,
weird.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It
Why?
makes no sense, right? I've never heard of anything like that. Like even if
Yeah.
you called and said, "Yo, I'm toilet phobic," please take out my toilet. Who would actually give in to that request?
Yeah, you can't stay here if that's what you're looking for. We don't do
Take
that
out
kind of
my
thing here.
toilet. I mean, that's insane.
Get a
I just
different one.
want to take a dump in the middle of your plumbing system. It makes no
So-
sense.
No. This is that house I was talking about, McKamey Manor. It's called. It's the most violent, dangerous haunted house.
I sent you some photos in your
did you?
Twitter DM.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. This is, I guess, some of the stuff that goes on in it. People have been, and they make you do like a waiver after and a video saying everything was fine. And yeah, this is pretty nasty stuff.
Wow, that's intense. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. I mean, there's one of the things they do. I did hear about is they'll shave your head, even if you're like in some of them, even if you're a woman.
Shave your head.
They tie you. Well, you get tied to the chair, and then they shave your head or cut your hair off, stuff like that. It's like this is the kind of stuff here.
Ladies, are you going to go to this place that's going to forcibly shave your head?
Thank you.
And it starts by you being abducted.
That house is not really looked upon very well in the haunt industry, so it's
I'm not
not very
surprised.
welcome.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a bunch. It seems like a bunch of idiots who are taking this too far, and they're probably going to attract bad things because of this behavior.
Yeah, I would think so. I'm gonna look at those pictures now you sent me. But yeah, I've never done one of these. We have them locally, but they're not obviously this extreme. And they're even for, I would say like 13 plus probably to go to some of them. And my, one of my son's friends worked at them and he said it was, they got pretty intense sometimes. So, all right, Nadia, what you got?
Found some promo photos of the haunt, and then I found some old photos, man.
Well, let's look
I
at
had to
the,
go through Facebook.
let's look at this too, because you sent me the trailer, right?
Yeah.
Let's do that first. Amherst
So,
Asylum.
just a little bit of history in the Midwest. Haunted houses are a big deal. It's like a multi-million-dollar industry in the Midwest. And from freshman year of high school to college, I worked for a company called the Zombie Army, who runs Statesville Haunted House out in Illinois. They also now run Hell's Gate. It's a big company now. And then from that point, I was approached by investors to build my own haunted house out in Indiana, which I built off a horse farm that we completely degutted and built into an asylum. So yeah,
That's cool.
this is the promo video that we had put together within 48 hours for it.
Let's watch. If Trudeau lets us.
Yeah.
I'm about to unlock the truth about what really took place here. Did Dr. Amherst really perform unethical secret experiments on a hospital full of mental patients? Or is it all just a load of crap? Help! Help!
I have the biggest shit-eating grin after watching that because the guy who got dragged back in, that He's a upcoming actor in Hollywood right now too. He's one of my good friends.
That's
and
awesome.
I remember working on that and the pain in the ass that was, and it was so much fun.
That looks
a lot of
great.
good memories back.
That's I wouldn't go there ever, but
It's closed now. After I left, the new owners, it just didn't work out for them, so they closed it.
oh. But you were
That
like,
sucks.
did you operate it at all, or just get it started?
I directed it, helped build it, designed it, taught the kids how to act. So like I know how haunt actors are supposed to react and act during haunted house situations because I've
That's
done
cool.
it for a long time. And then I ran the whole makeup department the years I were there, and the costume department as well.
Where was that?
Indiana, right
Mm.
out of Chicago, like in the northwest region.
Cool. Kind of my neck of the woods now.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
getting like I'm having connection issues, and I just kind
too.
of got everything to like shut down.
It's
And
Trudeau.
So I'm
Yeah.
the dude
Trudeau.
sitting in his car
I know.
using his iPhone like 5G to connect his laptop to
I
this,
know.
and you are having connection problems.
And
yeah,
I'm
I
plugged
don't
in.
know.
I'm plugged in. Like I should not have connection problems, but I have a prime minister who doesn't like us talking about stuff sometimes. So I think he watches me personally, probably.
He doesn't want to know about his Halloween blackface costumes.
That's true. That's true.
Aladdin. Like,
This is the only place where we can.
He has
Or
the
it's-
right
it's-
politics to be racist in Hollywood. Hollywood only lets you be
I know.
racist when you have the right politics.
These
yeah.
are from
That's
Nadia.
how it
Let's look at these. There you go. All this stuff looks very terrifying.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my God,
promo
that looks
photos
so
from
cool.
it. So that's from the bathroom that we built. So that's like fake poop. And then what we did was we added another sensor, which was we had these smell pods that you would put in that you can buy. Like they can smell like popcorn, and obviously you can buy ones that smell like poop. So we would put that in there, and then we would
Obviously, of course,
we
you
would
could buy the
take
poop scented
we would take
ones.
bets of
Uh-huh.
like how many people would throw up a night. You know,
Jeez.
1 to 2 people.
Gross.
Yeah.
People are fun. Here you go.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
that's an old photo.
Oh wow.
Oh,
that's
wow.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
I
great.
built the prosthetic
really
for that.
effective.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Neat.
did you see Terrifier? Because this is the kind of
Yes.
like things that happen to people in Terrifier, right?
Yep.
She is a big
this-
Terrifier fan.
This room was fun because we made it seem like it was actually burning. So we would have fake smoke that would smell like fire smoke coming through, certain lights that would get an aesthetic, and then they would walk around lighting like papers on fire. Obviously trained, like our adult actors. But yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Did people like how much did people pay for this, and how was it? Like how long of an experience was it?
Usually, so the first year under 30 minutes. After that, because each year we would build and expand. I mean, at the final year when I was there, we had completely gutted the center and turned it into like as if you were walking through a graveyard outside. Like we had somebody walking around with a skunk and a snake, and like it was very like settings and stuff. So tickets usually run anywhere between $12 to $35, and then you would get VIP stuff. Yeah, that's baby Nadia. That is at Statesville Haunted. This is me in high school.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah,
That's
airbrushing.
cool.
I'm sure I intaked so much stuff.
That's so.
Yeah.
You did this in high school. That was already your dream, huh?
Yeah. But well, I originally went to school to build sets. That's what I went to
Okay.
school for, and then special effects just kind of fell in my lap.
Would you like to work on the Terrifier franchise? Was that something you'd enjoy?
Oh, I would love to. I would absolutely. I would love to. I mean, my element is gore. I love like
Well,
I don't have patience for prosthetics to turn people into other people and stuff like that. So
well,
yeah.
as you know, I mean, it's all gore. So it turns out I didn't even know this. I watched all 3 Terrifiers in a weekend. Like I watched the 2 that had been released on streaming, and then I went and saw the third one because I was supposed to see what the hype was about. So 3, and what I discovered is my next door neighbor is Catherine Corcoran, who, if you remember, she's the one that got in the first movie. She's the 2 girls at the cafe. She's the one that got split in half in a very horrific way, and she's become like a bit of a scream queen now. Like she does all these movies, but she's my next door neighbor. She's quite lovely.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's really sweet, and this is because this was her break. Now she's become like sort of like a little Jamie Lee Curtis in the making, right? So,
Palate cleanser.
Chocolate cleanser, yeah.
Very nice.
I loved like doing gore stuff. Like one of them, it was like gore, but it wasn't gore that I did for my makeup class. Is we had to do like a group disguise, and it was like a basket of fruit. And I'm like, I'm gonna do a pomegranate, and so I made the skin like the half of my face was the skin, and the other half was just the pomegranate. Berries and stuff. So half of it I used a brown paper bag, and I did layers of crayon and kind of heated it to make it look waxy. It looks so cool. And then the other side I used different size red rhinestones, and then I did white in between it, and then my eye was all darked out, and it looks so cool. But I used fake blood and KY jelly to make it look like glistening. That was so cool. Like, I love mixing that stuff because it really gave like a nice like glistening thing like look, and it stays wet too.
Bex gave me a great idea that maybe once a month I should do a video while doing a special effects makeup according to the video.
Oh, that'd be great. That would be fascinating.
But the problem is I don't have room to make prosthetics, so I've been searching. I think I found a guy. I emailed him about purchasing prosthetics from him right now until I can actually get space to make it.
That's so cool. I'd love to see that.
Do you have any? Did you ever go into have you gone to an adult Halloween party as a grown up? No.
No. I mean, I would go to like goth clubs on Friday, so it's kind of like everyone's dressed kind of similar, but not actual Halloween parties. No.
Stop it.
George is her cat. Not her
George is
husband.
our cat.
In case you're wondering.
He is like, we were doing a puzzle earlier in the day, and I have a bunch of stuff on where I usually keep my computer, and I just didn't get to move it back. So I'm just like, I'm gonna just sit up where the puzzle is. George hates puzzles, and he will go and destroy it. And it's like we have the bottom that's unfinished, and he keeps trying to pull up the pieces and run off with pieces in his mouth. He's very destructive.
I mean, it's a cat, so
yeah. I don't know. I'm just hoping too that it's my birthday, so maybe I'll get like a stand for my webcam, like so I don't have. I have like a Jenga tower, and he gets behind it, and I'm like, no, don't drop it. So anyway,
I use a chip clip for my microphone, so there you go. That's you work with what you got sometimes. So according to Google, these are some of the costumes this year for kids, I guess. Actually, I'm not going to use this. I'm not going to use the Google one. That's crap. Yeah, pop-ups. Oh, here we go. This works. Costumes. Beetlejuice is a big one. Ghostbusters, I guess.
So who's playing Beetle? Are they playing like different characters? Or are they just playing Beetlejuice himself, or like different characters from the movie?
I mean, it's. I would think that even Wednesday would be a bigger costume than anything with Beetlejuice.
It's because of the movie. It's because of the movie.
It's in people's minds right now.
Yeah. That lame ass sequel.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Moxie, does your daughter dress up for Halloween? Do you guys do that stuff or no?
No. I probably couldn't keep a costume on her. She's unruly.
I know what that's about. Okay. Funny story. This is today. My boy, he's 9. He's on the spectrum, and his speech is his delay. And but he's so excited. He's watching this, and he's pointing and he sees Lady B, and it's like it's the cutest thing. Yeah. So he's a fan of yours, Lady B.
Oh my god, that's so cute. I love it. Oh
yeah. Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, I guess if you got the body for it, why not?
Chris and I almost went as this for Halloween.
That would be so funny. Oh my god, it should be Wolverine.
I would have been Deadpool, well, Lady Deadpool, and he would have been
Lady Deadpool with the like. You know what I always thought was weird was the like ponytail on her. It's so weird.
Yeah,
but it's cool.
Descendants. I don't know what this is.
It's like a Disney for young teens, I guess. It's like the Disney Descendants, like their kids and stuff from Disney characters.
Oh, I see.
I only know this because I have younger siblings.
Cameron, no idea.
What? Say that again. I'm sorry. I was answering chat.
Oh, sorry, Descendants.
I'm unfamiliar with this.
Yeah, me too. Inside Out 2.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I didn't think it was as good as Inside. I mean, Inside Out, the first movie, I was a crying basket case at the end of the movie. I mean, I was completely blubbering like an idiot. I mean, and then when I looked around, when the lights came up, it was all like, 40, 50-year-old dudes like me and people with their kids all crying hysterically about their lost childhood and their imaginary friend, that's gone, Bing Bong that is gone forever. And the kid's like, Mommy, why are you crying? The kids couldn't understand like how painful that was. And Terrifier, I have to say, I did like. I mean, for really grotesque, torture porn slasher movie, I thought. I mean, they're well done, and what's clear is there's a lot of heart to it. Like the filmmakers love this stuff; they're having the time of their lives. And this actor who plays Art the Clown, he's a really good actor. I mean, he goes from being sort of this annoying jerk-off mime to an absolute psychopath within just one facial expression.
And
That's
he wasn't
cool.
even the first movie was not about him. He was just in it, was he not? Is that right?
I mean,
Nadia?
it is about him. I mean, he's the monster, right?
Art the Clown.
Yeah, I mean,
It's your birthday today,
Yeah.
Lady.
Can you
What?
believe that?
Happy birthday, Lady B.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I'm a
Yay.
Halloween, almost Halloween
Forget that.
baby.
There you go, Lady B. Happy birthday.
Hi, thank you.
Happy
thank
birthday.
you. Almost
So yeah, that's
Halloween.
right.
I didn't know that.
You're a Scorpio, right?
Yeah.
You're a Scorpio.
Yeah, I'm a Scorpio, like late Scorpio, but still Scorpio.
So you're a good Scorpio, not an evil Scorpio. I've dated a lot of evil Scorpios. I understand the evil.
Yeah, yeah.
I know it very.
Did you? I'm sorry. You're here on your birthday.
Yeah, why are
Yeah,
you-
like I had a really, really good day. Like the morning started off really well, and then I got to work in the greenhouse. Me and Will have been working in the greenhouse where I volunteer, and we are mapping it out in AutoCAD, and nobody has cataloged the plants in there. And it's just been really fun doing that. And I've learned some engineering stuff, and he's been doing it in AutoCAD, and we've just been having a fun time. And then he took me to a plant store, and I got a new plant.
Nice.
I need another one. I was just like, no, I don't want anything for my birthday except maybe like a new webcam and a stand. But so I was like, okay, get a plant. Okay, so I got a plant, and that's cool. It's a string of frogs. It's a cool plant, and yeah. And then we went out to a nice dinner, and it was it's just raining cats and dogs here. Like we got so wet afterwards, and I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I'm just gonna go home and like put on my warm clothes and hang out.
All right.
And hang out here. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Your birthday here. So wow. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for being here with me. I always get a good team, and I'm starting to feel better too. So I felt good. It's like I got dressed up, like, yeah.
You sure did. We appreciate that. There she is.
Thanks. Yeah, I know the lighting is so bad here. It's just like I have so much crap on my desk, and I'm not setting up everything.
Lots of happy birthdays in the chat.
Well, I'm going to have to buy out in 10 minutes, but I actually wanted to make a suggestion if it's possible, and I don't know of a replacement. He's in the chat, and he actually texted me that he loves the stream. My friend Corian Witch in Residence, who's got his own YouTube channel and himself is a Wiccan priest. I mean, yeah, he's delightful. I can give you his email. Sure. Maybe if you want to give him an invitation, I think he'd love to come on because I'm leaving in 10 minutes, and it would be nice to get his perspective because he's a practicing Wiccan who's had a lot of strange mystical experiences that we talk about. So I'll put his email in the private chat. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, please do. I've got something else I want to show. I found a bunch of these, but just for the history of some of the Halloween stuff that people have no idea why they do the things we do or why we do these things. So this is a 1-minute history on jack-o'-lanterns, and
this is going to take us 4 hours to get through. Just FYI.
No. This is not Circle of Jerks.
Only
we'll be okay. Or Clam Jam.
Only 4 hours.
Only 4. Oh, here we go.
Stingy Jack and the devil were having drinks after hours of drinking.
Oh, I left my wallet at home.
Are you trying to stick me with the bill?
If you change yourself into a coin, I'll use the coin to pay for drinks.
The devil changed himself into a coin, but Stingy Jack put the coin in his pocket instead of using it to pay the bill. In his pocket was a silver cross which trapped the devil inside of the coin. Stingy Jack made a deal with the devil.
If you promise to never lay claim to me soul, I'll set you free.
Very well.
When Stingy Jack died, God turned him away.
Stingy Jack is a trickster. He doesn't belong in heaven. I can't claim his soul. He must walk the earth.
The devil gave Stingy Jack a glowing ember to light his way, which he placed inside of a potato. Stingy Jack became known as Jack of the Lantern.
Interesting. Never heard that story before.
There's another one too, another origin story for that, where it was there. If you're a guardsman, people would call you Jack because they didn't if you didn't know who he was, you'd call him a Jack, and so the Jacks would carry these lanterns around, which was, and at night you'd see them, and that's Jack with a lantern. That's another example of where it could have come from, because it really is a weird thing that we do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lady B, I DM'd you on Twitter.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not gonna open that because everything. I've got my computer, so it's not robotic anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going
afterwards, take a look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and there's a lot of the history stuff is interesting for it, for where we get these ideas from. That's one. The trick or treat stuff. The idea of kids going to get candy is, I think that's a relatively new tradition, and I think it's one that's probably not going to last much longer. Oh,
not in this economy.
Yes. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves. I have to go get contact Cameron's friend and
candy corn's gross, right? Candy corn, candle wax.
I think candy
I'm not a
corn
fan.
is gross. Yeah. Will fight me on this. He is a candy cane lover,
Chris
but not
is
the ones
too.
with the chocolate. It's like the autumn harvest. What is it, babe? Autumn harvest.
Is it just
Candy
like
corn
sweet
It's candle wax. It's edible candle wax.
No,
The texture is like wax.
Yeah, it's like waxy, but it has kind of a weird honey flavor, especially the pumpkin flavored ones.
That's the one Chris likes the most. Yeah, that's the one. But
yeah, I think that's probably the best ones, and they have a very
Nope.
intense honey flavor. Yuck. Ew.
It's gross. It's just sugar. It's just sugar and
Yeah,
dye.
it's weird.
That's all.
Red number 40, yellow number 5. Yuck.
But it literally tastes like sugary
So
candle.
it's not, it's not. What was that Charlton Heston movie? It was like, it's people. What was that thing? The thing that everybody ate?
The Soylent Green.
Soylent Green is people. It's people.
I hate how there's actually a soy milk brand that's called Soylent. Ew.
Yeah,
But
some guys in my office when I was working in Berkeley would drink Soylent all the time, and I was like, it's
that
gross.
stuff tastes gross too.
Well, that's what happens when you are illiterate of film history, which is the current generation is. I was talking to a young actress yesterday, and I was talking about, you'll get this, the Twilight Zone. She's like, what's that? She never heard of the Twilight Zone.
Oh my god.
Incarnation. I was like, you should actually study a little bit if you want to be a successful actress here, you might want to learn about some of the classics of Hollywood history, like the Twilight Zone, right? So you might actually want to learn a little bit about it. Right.
Yeah,
They don't have
it's so
to be
good.
cute.
I love the early ones. It's I think that one and the Forrest Whitaker ones were the best.
That's right. You have to say Forrest Whitaker because I wrote it. But yes, we actually had several really good Forrest. Even though we were panned, people were like UPN sucked, blah blah blah. We actually had several really good episodes that I think really did live up to Sterling. Like Sterling would have done them. Like my Killing Hitler baby one. Sterling would have done that. Another one that I think got a lot of really intense reaction from viewers. We got a lot of fan mail and fan mail in the sense of people being this really disturbed in this episode. And it was 99% women wrote that it disturbed them. So it was called what the hell was it? It was called Upgrade. It was called Upgrade, right? Oh, we got that instructive thing. So
I'm back.
So we got it was called Upgrade, and the idea was a very simple episode where a woman just comes home and to her lovely family and kids and her husband or whatever, and she sees her dog, but sees a dog. It's like, whose dog is that? She's like, that's our dog. What are you talking about? She's like, that's not our dog. And then she sees all the photos of are like, that's the dog she's always had. But she's like, that's not our dog. Our dog was a German Shepherd. This is a poodle or whatever. Right? And then the next day she comes in and one of her children looks completely different. Like, who is this person in our house? It's like that's Annie. That's our daughter, right? And then all the photos show Annie, right? And she's like thinking she's losing her mind, and her son and her husband. So step by step, everyone in her life changes to completely unrecognizable. You're trying to distract people with these pictures.
Yes, that's Jess.
Oh my god,
That's Moxie.
I like that.
Me
That
alone.
is
So
cute.
I was
I'm
going
trying to
for
tell
a
my story and putting an attractive woman, Moxie, up here like this, trying to tell my damn story. Can you go waited? Now, I think I'm saying, right? Nobody's listening to the thing I'm saying, but whatever. I'm not even listening to what I'm saying.
No, we're listening. We're listening.
All right. So, but the end of the episode was the final moment. She's terrified, and it's like everyone in her life thinks she's completely insane because she's like, none of these people are her family or anything. Everything's changing on her. And then she has this terrifying moment where she's trying to run away from all of them, and she looks in the mirror and she sees a different face looking back at her, and we pull back and she's somebody else now. And then we pull out of it. We realize these are all characters in a Sims game. They don't know. They've just, the kid that plays a Sims game upgraded them to like level 2.0, whatever. So all the characters are getting upgraded, but they don't know their characters. And so the horror of this woman not knowing she's a Sims character, watching one by one all the people in her life become somebody else. Women found that really disturbing. They found it very, very disturbing. It was like maybe some primordial fear of everyone thinking you're crazy and not listening to you.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can go back to admiring
Yikes.
this.
This
Yes.
one was fun. This was with Amelie. She's a, I guess, B movie. I don't know, how would you describe her, Nadia? Because she did horror movies, but not like,
Yeah,
main-
B movies.
major Hollywood.
Yeah.
But
movies
she
are
was
awesome.
she's also a photographer, and she was doing these burlesque shoots. This was in her apartment in the
wow.
valley, and there's blood streaks on the back wall because she just did a horror shoot the night before. So there's like blood everywhere.
It adds to the vibe. It adds to the vibe. I like it.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
so
love your
I did
nylons. They're so
something-
cute.
Thank you. I was going for a Tim Burton burlesque instead of just the
Yes.
normal one. So that was a long time ago, circa 2008.
Yeah. Shoes like that.
Was it same shoot?
Same day. Yeah, same shoot. They did my makeup so different. Like, it's so weird what they can do with makeup and change your face. I'm like, who is that? I don't know if this is going to look very good, but I trust you with professional people. So
It works.
just rolled with
Yeah.
it, and it worked.
I like
I'm
those boots.
okay.
I think
Yeah,
I
I
have
love
those
those
similar
boots.
pair. Yeah.
I wore them into the ground.
Oh yeah,
They're
I had ones where it's like they were really expensive. They were from the UK, and they were more like less like gothy industrial, but more like sci-fi goth. And they were like about that high. And I loved wearing them in the rain because they never got my feet never got wet. And I went to wear them like a couple years ago, and I put them on, and just the whole platforms just deteriorated. I was so
Oh,
pumped
wow.
out. No. I had a bunch
Yeah.
of my platform shoes like that because I really like wearing platforms because I have fibromyalgia. I don't like wearing heels, but with a platform, it's like you get the height, but it's still kind of flat.
Yeah, super comfortable. It's hard to go back to heels after getting used to the platform.
I'm either in Doc Martens or Crocs. It's one
Yeah,
of the
that's like where I'm at. Which is
All right. Well, we can get back.
we can move on from
Yeah.
this.
Thank
I
you
was
very
just
much
like,
for sharing.
I don't have any like costumes or anything, but I have
I know,
this in the
I had-
vault.
I had some awesome costumes back in the day, but they're all on this hard drive that I have, and I did a good job of keeping all of my stuff on the hard drive, and now the hard drive's screwed, and I can't get anything out, which sucks because I had my portfolio and all this stuff, and yeah.
So Cameron, Cameron, I know we're losing you soon, but before
Yeah, we're
you
leaving
go,
that up.
actually,
Yeah.
you you know that Jess is covering Twilight Zone on her channel. You
Oh,
guys
okay.
should
So
talk at some point.
so what, do you know if she's covering like my quote Cradle of Darkness episode yet? You know?
We've only been doing like cherry picking like the classic episodes, but I'm down to
So
go into
so
the
all
more
right, well,
modern era.
So you can you can actually watch it on YouTube. I'm gonna find it. Hold on a second. In fact, because it's a very well received episode even on YouTube. So let me just send you the link on YouTube because you watch it. It's actually a really good episode. I'm very proud of it. Like people, like up to this day, people come up and say to me that was one of the best written episodes of Twilight Zone. Like it was up there with the original Serling show. And so here I've got do I have the whole. This thing
Awesome.
yeah, here we go.
Cool.
So I'm gonna put link in the private chat for like just so YouTube. If you want me to come on, I'm gonna put my email in there as well. So drop me an email. I'd love to come on and talk about this episode. This was my first fully produced episode of television. I had sold a couple of scripts before that I just got a shared credit by. They completely rewrote my scripts and made them. But this is the first thing that I wrote that got made pretty much as I wrote it. So, all right, how do we do this? Okay. So do you see I put the YouTube link in there, and I'm gonna put my email.
Yes.
Awesome. That. So I'm putting my email in there. So yeah, so please drop me an email. When do you guys do these Twilight Zone conversations?
So the gal that reviews the episodes with me, she's East Coast, and so she prefers earlier in the afternoon. So it's usually going to be on a Friday sometime, like 3:30 p.m. But we can adjust.
Yeah, I mean, so Fridays I've got, I have commitments from 1 till about 1 to 3, usually every Friday. But okay. So that's 1 to 3 Pacific, so that's 4 to 7 Eastern.
No, that actually works really well because
I could do like
4 p.m. our time works.
I'm sorry?
4 p.m. 4 p.m. works too.
4 p.m. our
Best
time.
Friends.
Our time.
And then 7 p.m. Eastern. That will work for me. I can do that. So if you guys want to watch that episode and we can talk about it, it's I'm very proud of it. It is a good episode. It has. I'll also share about that. Everyone loves the final line of the episode, the final punchline of what one of the characters says. And that was a line that I wrote that I was, oh my god, this line is brilliant. And then the showrunners wanted to take it out. They thought it was too on the nose, and I was so devastated. But then the studio loved the line. The studio kept the line in. It was edited out. The studio was like, hey, go back to that earlier draft. That line was really good. And they brought it in. And people to this day say that was the best ending line of a Twilight Zone episode because it really hit the mark. So that's when moments I actually want to create a battle. So yeah.
Super cool. Thank you so much.
Good. So I got to find out. Were you able to get in touch with Corian?
I did. I emailed him. So.
Okay. It's up to him if he can come on.
He has a link.
All right, so ladies, as always, it's a pleasure being on. I met a new person, Moxie, today. Nadia, the Middle East will rise again. She's my fellow Middle Eastern warrior. and it's all
I don't
good.
think that's appropriate during this climate.
It will rise again. It's all good. And Lady Balefire, it's delightful to
always nice to see you. Sorry, I was dealing with so many technical issues. I missed half of your story.
That's okay. Nobody's paying attention because nobody was paying attention when they had these beautiful burlesque photos up.
Nobody's
listening to me at all. Nobody's listening to me. That's my journey in Hollywood. Nobody's listening to me. Whatever. It is what it is. All right, be happy. Everyone stick around here. Hit the like button. Hopefully we can figure out what's going on with Corian. And what I may do is I have his email. I may forward the link as well straight to him. You try him again, and then maybe we'll get him on. I don't know what the confusion is. That was his email.
It says, no, I got it here, but it's not letting me send it. It's a problem sending a message, some kind of error. So yeah, if you want to send him Cameron, that'd be great.
I'll send it to him directly. All right. Yeah. All right, ladies, be happy, and we'll talk to you. Thanks for having me on. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Cameron.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Cameron.
I also sent some Halloween costumes.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
I want to see your Halloween.
What I'm going to do for you guys.
Oh, wait. Let me send this last one. Because this is my favorite one that we've done. There we go.
This one is also a popular costume this year. Ray gun.
Oh God! No.
It just spaz out on the floor.
But it is. It's one of the top ones. Oh, thank you, Nadia.
I have no idea what I would be for Halloween, honestly. And I think part of the reason is there is just nothing to do out here in Iowa. I don't live in a huge.
What are you talking about? You're in the Midwest. It's Halloween is perfect in the Midwest. Find a haunted house, get yourself some hot apple cider, and put some cat ears on. Let's go, Lady B. All right.
I know. I'm still on the dungeon crawler Carl kick, and I'm I want to be Princess Donut for Halloween, and she's a cat, and let's go.
What was that sentence mean? You just said a bunch of words. I don't know what that means. What was that?
Oh my gosh. I have got to get you guys listening to Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's a series of audiobooks by Matt Dinneman, and has this amazing voice actor. I think his name's Jeff Hayes. And he does all the voices, women too. And I couldn't I started reading some of it. And I'm I don't think I could read this, but listening to it, it's such a great audio play. It's amazing. It's what Tom Conkle and his friends did, if you guys remember that stream. and how he was on with his friends and they were like reading stuff over like streaming and stuff.
They did Buck Rogers, I think, is one of the things they
Yeah,
did.
yeah. It's like that. I mean, there isn't as many like there isn't really the sound effects, but the voices are really cool, and I really, really loved listening to it. I mean, it's kind of an intense story. It's like a guy, it's like a guy goes outside to rescue his ex-girlfriend's cat, and then there's some sort of like kind of a alien apocalypse, and the only way he can save himself is he enters a sort of like entrance to a dungeon, and they go on a dungeon crawl, and then it's sort of like a like RP, what do they call those things, like a video
cute.
game and stuff, but it's really, really interesting. It's a good story. It's
an
uplifting,
RPG.
like
Send
people.
I'd be interested.
Yeah. Let me try to get it up on here. That is so cute. I love the dogs too.
Adorable.
You know what's really funny? Back in, I used to live in Rancho Cucamonga, and there's actually a guy that has like a full-on mystery van. I've
Ooh.
seen it driving around. Like
Is it
I used
Dawn?
to do DoorDash.
Might be
probably.
Flaccid Dawn, yeah.
Yeah, driving around giving kids candy.
I photoshopped those
Sure.
collars on too.
I love it.
Nice work.
You
'Cause I was
did?
I was not going to pay for Scooby-Doo collars. No way.
Oh yeah. That's cool. You guys are awesome, by the way, you and Chris. I got to meet
I'm
them
looking,
in Vegas.
I'm looking for my cultural appropriation one where I was an Indian.
Well, can you be Velma now? I don't know if you can be Velma.
Oh yeah, no, that's that would be
You're not Indian.
no, that would be Vex.
Well, neither
now.
is Justin Trudeau. So like,
True.
Alright, I found my cultural. Well, granted, I am part Indian, so is it really cultural
Oh, stop.
appropriation?
What kind of
This
part
one we
Indian
won.
are you?
This one was really cool. We won first place, and Crocs used it on their marketing and sent us free Crocs.
oh my
What?
god, that is
Wow.
so cool!
Yeah.
Wow, I love it.
Because I was
Those
like, I'm not
Crocs.
buying superhero boots. I'm just gonna wear Crocs.
I
Nice.
love Crocs. Crocs are awesome. Like, yeah.
I'm not pro Crocs,
I'm not a-
so
I'm not a fan. I'm sorry.
It's
Crocs are
okay.
the best. They're so
It's the-
comfortable.
It's the one thing that
whoops.
House of Flux. What?
Oops.
Stop it.
Sorry.
It's
Oops.
the one thing that Flux and I like will get in battles about. Oh, have you seen the Crocs boots?
Oh,
Oh, the shining.
this was so cool because this was in the Midwest and it wasn't snowing at all until
wow.
this day on Halloween.
Perfect.
It just
Oh,
like
wow.
it snowed for some reason. So we're like, we got to take advantage of it. So I built the door for his head.
That's adorable.
I love that. Where are you guys?
This is when we lived in Indiana.
Oh, okay.
This is our backyard.
That's cool. I'm not looking forward to that. I mean, but it was like low 80s today, and then we had a huge thunderstorm.
So we got you Wednesday Addams. Oh, this is even creepier.
Oh shoot. Oh, I'll be right back.
Costume,
Ugh.
but for whatever reason they decided to use this wax.
I couldn't get into this TV
Did you?
show. I don't
Maybe.
know.
I didn't either. I mean, I'm sure it's fun. I just didn't get into
was-
it.
Fine, but
Oh, here we go. Sorry, go on. Jess.
do,
I cut
do
you
we
off.
have somebody in the back or
We do. He's coming out right here. Well, not coming out. All right.
oh
Welcome.
it's your coming out
Yeah, no,
party.
that was a long time ago. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
It's nice to meet you live on YouTube like this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've caught a couple of your streams so far. You guys are awesome, and
Oh, thanks.
yeah, thank you for having me on.
It's great. You got tagged in by Cameron, so
Yeah, well, I mean, Cameron and I tend to tag team things a lot, so I help him out on the background of the Patreon occasionally too. So
did that Canadian just slip out? Was that out?
yeah, no, I'm in Oshawa, Canada, Oshawa, Ontario, Canada.
Winnipeg.
Oh, nice.
Not nice. No, not really. But
Well,
I'm
no,
here.
not really. I mean, you're about to go into the time of year where the entire city freezes solid.
Tell me about it. Yes. Well, welcome. We are talking about Halloween, and Samhain is one of the topics I want to get into. And if you wouldn't mind telling us your history with Halloween and you're
Yeah, sure.
you're Wiccan, and let's just go.
Yeah, so Yeah, on YouTube I go by Corion Witch in Residence. I kind of wound up being the first British traditional witch to get monetized on YouTube, so that's kind of where everything came from. I am a second degree high priest of a coven of witches out here in Ontario. I studied, or I've been in craft for over 25 years. Studied basically when as soon as I was legally allowed, because the way British traditional craft works is you are not allowed to formally study until you're 19. Then I took on the formal study. It's basically the equivalent of a university degree for first degree, and then second degree is kind of like your doctorate. So went through all of that. I've had just about every kind of bizarre encounter you can possibly have through dealing with the other side of the tracks, if you will. Everything from stuff that I can only describe as would be related to like cosmic horror, all the way down to being invited to participate in an exorcism, to dealing with ghosts and whatnot. I've run the gambit. My channel typically is about talking about the spiritual aspects in pop culture, things like even bad movies, like the deeper meanings behind Doctor Strange 2 as an example.
Oh,
right.
Like what?
Well, the movie's really all about loss, right? I mean, you take a look at all three of the main characters in that movie. All three of them are dealing with a loss in very, very different ways, right? I mean, we see Scarlet Witch dealing with it basically very badly. Strange trying not to deal with it. And American Chavez dealing with it by running constantly. And eventually all three of them are forced to acknowledge the loss that they've had in order to move on. So then I start, commenting about not just loss, but like what you can do to deal with loss in a healthy way. So that's kind of what I do on my channel. I also do some weird paranormal stuff occasionally, the odd woo-woo stream, for lack of a better term. But
we use that term here. Woo-woo.
Yeah, so there we go. There you go.
Fan of the woo.
Yeah, so
it used to have like a negative connotation, woo-woo people, but I think it's fun.
No, I mean, look, that's the only term I found that actually makes any sense these days for it.
Yeah.
And these days also I'm training students. I have a group of students that I'm working with routinely and getting them to the point where they're ready to run their own groups. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, like I said, I've dealt with just about every weird possible thing you can encounter these days. Everything from, the weird little alien-like creatures all the way up to bizarre cosmic horror stuff. So I think if you guys want, I can tell you one of probably the scariest story I've ever run into.
Let's go.
Really, yes, let's go.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, please.
This happened when I was still a very young student in the craft. I had a roommate. I was still studying. I was, in my first like real big boy job, right?
You said the craft. Is that a term? That
yeah. So witchcraft, Wicca, right? Okay. So
are you in a coven?
Yes, I am. I am the high priest of what's called Candlestone Coven, which is currently.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. My wife runs it, so we kind of work as a pair, and that's how it works. Neat. All right. So when I was just starting out, I was playing around with, we call it scrying. The rest of the world in the paranormal world calls it remote viewing. And I had heard a weird story about. So I'd heard this weird story about somebody seeing a dragon up in the Northwest Territories of Canada.
Mm.
And I went, well, I want to see that. So why don't I try to remote view the area? All right. Because, when you're young and stupid, you make stupid decisions like that and you go for it. So there I am in my room, and I'm in my robe, and I'm sitting down, and I've kind of centered myself, and I start doing the work. And the best way I can describe it is you kind of feel yourself almost leave your body, and you're just kind of traveling along and floating along. And as I'm moving along, I'm seeing the world kind of move by and whatnot. And when I start getting close, it almost looks like a sinkhole in the universe. And I'm like, well, I've never run into that before. What the heck is this? And as I start getting closer to it, it starts pulling me in. And I'm not in control at this point. And I'm trying to fight it and I'm trying to pull back, but it's pulling me in. And when I finally get in there, all I can see, my whole field of vision, is filled with what look like tumors and eyes and teeth of 1,000 different eyes and 1,000 different mouths and weird pulsing shapes. If you've ever been hit really hard in the head, and you know that feeling where you're about to black out, and that kind of how the world starts kind of fading to a black, but there's like this weird pulsing light there as you see in the stars, as they say. That is there too. Now I'm absolutely freaking out and desperately trying to break the connection. I finally do and get out of it. And I'm curled up in a ball in the middle of my room for probably about half an hour, just trying to breathe from the panic. Even to this day, even talking about it, I can still see it in my head. And it's just, it makes you want to, like, you can feel the bile kind of rising just thinking about it. It was that toxic and gross. Now, when I finally get myself pulled together and I'm finally ready to be like, okay, you know what? I've done something very stupid. I'm going to have talks with the higher ups eventually and like speak to my mentor and figure this out. But in the meantime, I'm going to go to bed. I'm exhausted. Now I had a cat. Okay. And this cat would always sleep on the corner of my bed. So I get into bed, cat pops in the bed, sleeps on the corner. And then in the middle of the night, I get this weird dream. And I'm seeing a place that I've never been to, symbols on the ground in a parking lot. And I touch them and it takes me through this kind of museum of weird after I touch it, of these weird looking artifacts and symbols under glass cases. And again, I'm starting to panic. So I wake up. And when I wake up, there is a woman dressed in like almost a Lolita Goth kind of look, raven black hair, with the kind of style where, I mean, for the lovely ladies here, you'll know the style, where there's like the long streams coming down and then it sharply goes back. It's like looks like a raven has kind of landed on somebody's head.
Yeah.
That. I try to open my mouth because I've never seen this person before and talk. And she just puts her finger to her lips and I can't talk. I can't move. I'm looking around the room. My cat isn't in there. And the room is getting cold. She then moves back and melts through the wall. My cat runs into the room, hissing and screeching, runs over to the wall and smacks the wall where she melted through. I get up and I'm panicking now. My roommate sounds like he's broken through his own door, comes running into the hallway and goes, "What the hell is going on? I couldn't open my door. Were you holding my door closed?" And he was trying to say, like, were you holding my door closed? And he realizes I'm still in my bed. And he goes, "Okay, what the hell just happened?" So we're sitting there pretty freaked out. And I start describing the dream I had and the location. And he goes, "I know where that is." So we go to Google Maps. We bring up the street view. And sure enough, the place exists. I drive over there the next day. There is a burnt mark in the parking lot, like just the scorch mark where I saw that symbol. Now, here's where things get really freaky. I had just commissioned a new ritual robe, right? I've got this really funky looking robe. It's very unique. It's like, imagine a priest cassock, like the old Irish style with the arms off and like a blue trim. Well, I go over to the apartment building to just take a look, and there's a big mural in the hallway, like big mural when you go right through the door. And it's this giant bull standing over a guy wearing my ritual robe that it's just run over. Like it's just knocked him over. And I kind of went, yeah, okay, that's it. This is a level of nightmare fuel that I did not need. So I went to my mentor and I said, okay, what the hell is going on here? What happened? And he turns to me and he goes, you got to look through the outer gates. Never peer through the outer gates ever again. And wouldn't talk to me about it at all from that point on. He's like, just talking about this opens you up to that potential energy, you personally.
Wow.
Don't play with that anymore.
That's
So-
interesting.
Thank you.
That's scary. I get so scared out. Like, I don't know. I've kind of been like, yeah, I want to try to astrally project or remote view or something. It's never been something I can do. And I've always wondered if I had a like sort of out of body near death experience. But my brother does it, and he's told me some freaky stories about stuff he sees and people telling him not to go there. And it's like ever since he started doing it, he sees like shadow people and stuff, and it's crazy.
I have to get Leon just came in here, kicked in the door, dropped a big red one on me. Thank you, Leon. $50. That's American too. So that's like
thank you. That's hilarious, Leon.
Yeah. You're all blind. Halloween is a deep state tool to indoctrinate children into communism. Free resources, candy, wearing masks like during COVID. Wake up, sheeple. I mean, you're making a lot of sense, Leon. You're making a lot of sense. You have a link too if you want to come hang out. But I know you were doing the Star Wars show. But thank you, Leon. That's very generous, and that's a great comment. And I'm going to play you a clip. What should I do for Leon today? Here we go. Actually, you know what? This is you might recognize this person. So we'll see. This is a Canadian newscaster at their best.
When my son was teething, he used to like to take the big fat rubber end of my vibrating toothbrush and put it in his mouth and he'd just kind of sit there like, oh yeah, that feels good. That hit the spot. My gums are itchy. And he'd sit there with
Stupid face.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my gums are itchy. Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Breaking the fourth wall, I guess, or whatever that would
man.
be. What's up, Philip? Psycho, you're going hard you're fine in the chat, dude. Don't worry about it. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
I'll let you know if there's an issue. There's not. Lots of great comments from you tonight too, Calvin Menche. Good. Thanks for hanging out. All right. Okay. So, Lady B, you've had experiences. Do you want to share one of yours because you are? We've had a few. Whatever you're comfortable talking about on the show.
What? I'm sorry,
your-
my connection's so bad. Am I sounding good to you guys?
Yeah,
Sound
you're
great.
sounding great.
Sound great.
Okay, that's weird because I'm hearing Zach's and he's kind of roboting.
That's probably on my end.
Okay.
I'm thinking Trudeau is
Sound fine over here,
looking.
Zach.
Okay, good.
Okay,
I'm
thanks.
crazy. It's probably me, but that's crazy. So, do I have any ghost stories?
Yeah, ghost stories, experiences. I know you've had one in the hospital.
I'm
but
like, which ones haven't I told for a while? Okay, so back in my crazy days when I was in college, I dated someone who was in a very famous like metal band, and they were recording an album at the Houdini Mansion up in Laurel Canyon. Yeah.
Did he have HBO?
What?
Did your boyfriend have HBO?
Did he have HBO?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course he did.
Because Nadia dated guys for HBO. I'm just wondering. Okay.
Oh, oh yeah, I forgot that story.
I mean, that's a good reason, right?
It is.
Yeah. I used to date guys for HBO. Yeah, you know.
I was a broke college student, and I dated one guy that I tolerated for one season of Game of Thrones. Okay.
I hope it was at like season 8 or something.
No, it was the first season. So like it was
Totally
good
worth
season.
it. Totally worth it.
Yeah, first season is worth it. Yeah. And that's like
Sorry, go on.
yeah, so I dated this guy and they were recording an album in the Houdini Mansion, and I stayed with him for like while they were there, and we had a room like at this. It was really weird. It was, if you've ever been to like the what is that place called? The Winchester Mystery House. Like it has like all these it has like kind of a weird construction. It had a really weird construction like that. It was like a Spanish colonial style, so it looked like very palatial. And then there was this like big sort of, it was almost like a clock tower thing, but like we were staying at the top of that, and it used to be a bathroom apparently. It had like tile floors, and it was just the weirdest place. Like the energy there was so weird, and we had heard that there was tunnels there, and yeah, it was like we actually found one of the tunnels, but like we couldn't like get in because the door was locked, and some of the other guys in the band were telling me stuff that they'd heard while they were staying up really late, like recording stuff. And I always felt like when I was there, like, yeah, this is it. This is the like this is like the front of it. Like it's not the actual mansion of it.
Right.
Yeah, it's in Laurel Canyon. Like it's really, really pretty. It's a very interesting place, and some like really cool like pictures from there, but they're all on my old hard drive. Like it was really neat, and yeah, it was a very strange place, and it's just it was one of those like there was apparently like tunnels under there. We found some like under like we thought we could get under there, but we couldn't. I always felt like someone was watching me there. It was very strange.
I would be so right there with you trying to get in the tunnels. I have to, any space like that, I want to try to find a way to get into. I can't help myself with that stuff. Yeah. I guess almost a dad joke, but not quite.
I know. I wish I had seen something, but it was just such a weird place. And you know what's really weird about it was that it always felt cold there. Like it could be really warm outside, but inside the building was always cold.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like it felt like a place like it was a vortex for energy. Like I don't know what was going there, and there was a lot of history with like Houdini when he lived there, and like yeah, it was just so weird. It was such a weird place. And then I guess there were like I feel like the energy of the guys in the band there were like really influential to what was going on there. Like, there was a lot of
how long did you stay there for?
Probably about like it was about a 3 months time.
Oh wow. Okay. It's so he famously he promised he was going to try to come back if you could come back and send a message. That was
people have said that they've seen ghosts there, and I don't know anyone saw anything when we were there.
It's hard to find interior pictures of this place. Like I'm finding lots of.
I know it's really weird. Like I don't remember like when you showed the inside of the building, it didn't really look like that. It was more like it wasn't as. I mean, maybe it's different. I mean, this was probably like 2000, like 3, so it was a long time ago. So yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, there's a lot of places like that. And I think I agree with like Cameron. A lot of the energy there is just really tragic and sad. And there's a lot of people that sort of like they put so much into going to Hollywood and being there. And I don't think they realize the evil that's there. Like there is some serious bad energy there. And it's weird.
I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but I do have to jet.
Oh no.
Okay. Sorry, Nadia.
Sorry, I missed that. Nadia missed your message. Okay. Well, thank you for coming, hanging out, Nadia. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we love you, Nadia. I hope like everything goes well with your day today.
Before we go, people have to go find you though. So you're all of your links in the description. So to both of your channels, Inside All Day Podcast and Horror with Nads, and I'll be with you hanging out on Friday talking about From.
Yep. And then I'll be on Badger Den right afterwards.
Oh, sweet.
It's the next one. So
nice.
Cool. Happy Halloween. Happy Hallow Eve. Remember, don't put out your pumpkins. Let them just sit out there. Don't have Sam coming looking for you guys. On that note, I'm out. Have a good night, guys. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
So what can you guys either of you really both have some history with Wicca. Speaking of Wiccans, here's one of my favorite Wiccans. Leon.
Whoa, what do you mean? No, I'm just gender swap Nadia. Welcome, dude. Thanks for asking me. Come on, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen Nadia and Leon in the same stream at the same time. I'm starting to wonder.
Suspicious.
True. Thus.
I'm gonna be real. She's so much prettier than me.
No, well,
Leon is jelly.
That's true, but
Nadia looked hot the other night when she had her like she had like some kind of like bat shirt on and she had her hair all done up. She was really cute.
Well, she's a very, very pretty lady, and she's married, so that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, not going after the man's like.
No, I've met him.
She's got a man.
So I've met
I go
Chris.
after him before her. I mean,
well, of course you would.
He's not to be fucked with, that guy, Chris, big dude. These are some celebrities and their Halloween shit. Sophie Turner.
What in the world does she have tattooed on her leg? Looks like a goat hair or something. Weird.
Looks like a wishbone.
Enhance. It's a
Enhance.
Maybe
the face with a shoulder
or something.
Yeah, it's a face with a shoulder. It's like a really bad.
Half a
Is
donkey.
it a double? Well, is it one of those? It could be either or kind of things.
At first, I thought it was a banana.
Maybe
funny.
If I can find
it's one
it.
of those mad fold-ins that you have to like put her thighs together and then it makes an image or something.
Oh no!
I'll test it out, given the opportunity, for sure. I think it's a face, and it's really poorly done.
Tattoo, actually.
Were you in chat when Vex was just ripping this bitch apart earlier today?
No.
Oh, dude, Vex was going hard, just absolutely roasting this bitch. It was great.
Well, I mean, I don't like her as I don't know her as a person, but the outfit looks pretty good. Here's one for Leon.
This was clever. This
That's
one was
funny.
because she
Yeah,
did
it's not
not
bad.
take this well at first. She was very upset. The South Park.
Oh,
and then
it is
that's
a
like
face.
joke,
That's
bitch.
weird.
Hmm.
That it looks so weird. That does not even look like a person. What a shitty tattoo.
It is a shitty tattoo, but this is Lizzo. Yeah. I'm not. What is the costume?
So South Park made a joke about Ozempic, but named it right there, but named it Lizzo, and like they did this whole bit about her taking Lizzo to lose weight, and she did not respond well to it at first, and then she got the joke, and now she's embracing it, and it's good to see.
Yeah.
Oh, Selena Gomez. This website's terrible.
Yeah, I mean that's not a bad not a bad costume. It's not anything that
Not a bad
particularly
Blanco.
stands out, but
It's
She
okay.
looks really weird.
Mm-hmm.
What's a
She looks
Lizzo plot strikes back? Great question.
It's a Lizzo.
Why would you dress up as the worst adaptation of Alice in Wonderland?
I don't know.
right.
I don't know.
Okay.
Multipass.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's a good lead, Lou. I've seen cosplayers do better, but that's not bad.
Ice
Spice.
Ice Spice?
Who the hell is that?
I don't know.
The Forgotten Spice Girl.
It was like
Man.
when we did our Spice Girl stream and we all had Spice Girl names.
That's what's her name?
Oh.
Anne Hathaway?
Anne Hathaway.
Okay.
Boo,
Okay.
New York
Hi.
City. Oh, she's like a ghost.
She's like a
Statue of
ghost
Liberty?
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
She looks more human in this than when she's not in a costume.
Oh. You hate her, huh? Why?
No, I actually really like Anne Hathaway. She's just really easy to make fun of because she's a weird kind of hot. Like she's not traditional hot. She's very weird looking.
Yeah,
but
she
still
does a
attractive.
very big mouth.
Okay.
Big eyeballs too.
I'm glad you
Yeah,
noticed. She
she
does have
does.
big eyeballs. She has these. The chick from the Penguin also has that going.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
better than those, like, I don't know, there's a bunch of actresses that have sloth eyes. Like, it's really creepy. Like, most people have, like, the width of an eye between their eyes, and they have, like, a width and a half of eyes. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like they're meeting a lab of some kind. She's hot. Yeah, nerd hot, sure.
Nerd hot.
Nerd hot? Okay.
Leonard
Nerd
Ghosto,
hot.
what's
Leonard! Leonard! Hi, Leonard.
up? Is up.
Are you dressing up for Halloween this year, Zax?
No.
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 Leon, are you going to be a woman again?
Not for Halloween. Leona has a very there's a reason I bring her out now and again, and it's more just The reason I break her out is for usually to make fun of something social or whatever, or to make people I'm on stream with uncomfortable as a gag or something to that effect. So no, I will do an actual costume. I just don't know what. I've got so many that I could break out.
Yeah, he uses the character as an excuse to purchase more wigs and dresses and corsets. And
yeah, it's a character. It's like AJ and his furries.
And AJ's here too. Hey, AJ, tell us about your
Straight up a
furries.
furry or what? I don't know anymore.
Yeah,
I'm just
I don't
saying,
know.
I think I bet I'd look better in a corset than you. Want to have a corset off, woman?
I guess
you talking to her?
I was talking to Lady B. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this storm is crazy. Like the thunder just shaking the ground. It's creepy.
Wow.
You got a
I
storm
don't know
going
if you
on?
guys can hear it. Yeah, there
No.
is a really, really loud thunderstorm.
No, your mic's filtering it out.
Okay, good. That's good.
So Samhain, can you guys can the Wiccans among us explain a little bit about what that holiday is, how it started, how it's turned into Halloween?
Yeah, so the original holiday, Samhain, comes from the Celtic traditions. It's supposedly the day when the veil between the realm of the living and the dead is the thinnest. And if properly motivated, the spirits of past loved ones can return and provide wisdom and information and so forth. And part of that is if they come through, there's a tradition called what's called a dumb supper, where you have dinner with the departed in complete silence so that you can hear them. And that became part of the tradition of actually giving candy, is that you're giving gifts to the departed. You're eating with them. So then kids, dress up for Halloween and get candy, by dressing up as like ghosts and the departed and whatnot.
Right.
So that's where that all kind of comes from. Where Halloween
Which is really
kicks
amazing to dress up as Leonardo DiCaprio years before the movie ever came out. Sorry.
No, it's all good. Where the word Halloween comes from is when Christianity more or less took over Europe. They realized that they couldn't just wipe out people's holidays; they had to replace them with something.
Yeah.
So they replaced them with All Hallows Eve, which is the day before All Saints Day, which is a day to venerate the various saints. But All Hallows Eve became its own kind of holiday because, like I said, you can't take away people's holidays. Nobody wants to stop having a party. So that's kind of how the traditions have evolved.
Squeaka.
Hello.
How was your movie?
What up, Squeaka?
Absolutely fabulous. It was a Ghibli movie. Of course, great as usual.
Oh, what was it today? It was
Kiki's.
Yeah,
Kiki's,
Kiki's. Yeah,
nice.
we just watched that, so we're like, well, should we go? No.
The best Ghibli film.
I love
like
it.
that.
I love all of them. Yeah.
I know. I love it. We've realized that they're like vibe movies. Like a lot of them don't have a lot of like story. It's just like this really feels good and it's really pretty, and we're okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
like Kiki's doesn't get. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but Kiki's doesn't even get to like the big like plot until like the end of the movie. But yeah, go ahead. Great explanation.
Squeaka, also Wiccan.
Ah, cool.
So not sort of.
Okay. So
I don't do the deity part. I'm
okay. So not lineaged witch.
My grand was one. Is that what you're talking about? But
not
like I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
more
for
of a
those who don't
spiritual
know,
thing.
there's kind of two versions of witches out there. There's ones with lineage where, your teacher was taught by somebody who was taught by somebody who was taught by somebody. You're basically adopted into the traditional family.
Like nepotism.
And
for witches.
Sorry?
Nepotism for witches.
Sort of. You have to earn your place. There's a whole thing. And then the other one is people who have decided to pick up the call and read the books and do the work on their own. And they tend to be more eclectic in their practice. And they're it's just a different path on getting to the same place.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah,
I don't know if it's the same place. I'm pretty weird and awkward, so wherever the weird, awkward place is, that's where I'll be hanging.
Yeah, that's pretty much all of us.
Perfect place.
Yeah.
Perfect place. Squeaka.
So, yeah. So I was gonna say for the Samhain, for tomorrow actually, my coven's getting together, and we actually do a ritual at the Open Toronto Temple, where we do the traditional ritual of opening up the veil and make an offering to, well, the equivalent of Charon from the myths, where we make an offering of some coins to ferry the dead that we want to speak to back to the living, and somebody holds that space open for the full from sundown to sun up, and usually it's me. So
I've done a ritual with a coven before.
That's cool.
It was Demeter focused and Hecate focused. It was, but yeah, I've led a ritual and I've written one before. I just kind of on my own now.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Yeah, I'm solitary through and through.
All good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I was just actually tonight I was writing some of the rituals, so I've got some pretty cool little calls set up right now.
Yes, Nas. Yes, very much so.
Bruja.
Bruja. Can
No,
you tell
I'm
us,
looking. Oh,
people who
sorry.
are like me who have no idea, like I don't know much about Wicca at all, other than TV, and you don't want me talking about that. So, what would a ceremony like that look like, or like, well,
Sure. Well, I mean, I can take you. Okay, so first to explain a little bit first, you know, when I go through the ritual, it's going to sound a lot like what everyone's experience with churches. You know, you stand up, you sit down, you say some stuff, that sort of thing.
Okay.
But when you're there and you're experiencing the wild and the weird of it, it feels different, right? To actually be part of it. So what I can, well, I'll tell you what, because I just finished writing this call, but I'll take you through the basic steps of ritual. The idea is first we sweep the area with a broom, and there's a chant that goes with it to clean out all the negative energy or anything that could be there previously. We call in the 4 classical elements and the spirits that represent them. We call in the gods. Okay. We purify the space with the 4 elements. We then do whatever the working is. So in this case, it would be calling in our ancestors or the beloved dead to return. Then there's usually a wine blessing, which is probably the most beautiful piece of liturgy I have ever been a part of. Then usually there's the sharing of cakes of some sort, usually something for the holiday. So like, for example, this Halloween, we're doing like nice little sweets, but sometimes it'll be, fresh baked sourdough bread, what have you.
I like cake.
Yeah.
Like sourdough.
Yeah.
Nice?
And then after that, we say goodbye to the gods, we say goodbye to the elements, and we close down the circle that we've brought up. Now, if you guys would like to hear the goddess call I just wrote for this ritual, I'm fine with that. I'm not actually going to say the goddess's name, but I can read the rest of it. If you guys think that would be something cool to hear what the liturgy sounds like.
Before that, can I ask a question? And it's
Shoot.
going to sound dumb, but it's a legitimate question, because you said that you sweep the floors, then you add the elements.
Yeah.
How do you add earth? Because that, like, what do you do for that? Because it seems like something that would be done prior to sweeping.
So usually with so the reason why we're getting rid of the sweeping is getting rid of the negative crap. Then we're bringing in the stuff we want. Now, for a example of earth, we've used salt. We've used, if it's indoor, if it's outdoor, we typically use something like sesame seeds, right? Or something that we can leave there that will grow, that will enhance the place, right?
Okay,
Grass
cool.
seed also
Interesting.
works really good.
You say earth, and I was like, all right, let's put some dirt on the floor. And like, I imagine that's not what it was, but that was what I assumed. So I wanted to
No,
ask.
totally reasonable.
Like I will cleanse our where we live with salt, and then I vacuum it up.
Yeah,
I clean my house.
Yep.
But I always do that. I always I'll draw the circle, and then I disperse the circle when I'm done.
Yeah, well, exactly, right? Like
you know.
the best way to explain it that I've ever heard is it's like you're holding a party for the divine. So you start by cleaning up your space, you bring
Clean
in the
yourself.
help, which would be the elements, right? Then you roll out the red carpet for the guest, the god and the goddess. You hold your party, and then you start packing everything up and leave the place as you found it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So here's the call. And all right. When the last of us fall, when the last lungs cease to breathe, when the last star goes dark, I trust in you, gentle goddess. I trust you will put up the chairs, turn off the lights, lock the doors, and peacefully, gently close the universe. Lady goddess, on behalf of my brothers, on behalf of my sisters, I would ask you to join us and aid us this night.
That's cool.
That is cool. That's I guess I was expecting it to be like more a longer.
Well, I mean,
I'm not complaining. I just don't know how it works.
Yeah, no, look, I personally try to keep ritual under an hour because let's be honest, we've got a TikTok generation here. I don't want to bore everyone to death, but I also want it to be impactful, right?
Right.
See, I would imagine Halloween is the one time people should be bored to literal death.
Fair enough.
Good grief, Leon.
There's so much to do on Halloween. Like I've started to celebrate it more as a
people like it.
Religious day, and it's usually I will take it to say if I've lost somebody, it's the day where it's like I send their soul on. So it's like I lost one of my really beloved cats this year, and I am absolutely going to get some electric candles and put them in the window for him. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow we're gonna have a nice little celebration with Noel, and I missed Maybon. That's probably my big one I like to celebrate, just because I'm like a green witch. I am very garden centric. I like to bring in the harvest and then kind of transmute it to food to feed my family so it can, I don't know how to explain this. It's their life force. Like the food that I raise for them, I put all my love and my energy into that, and then it goes on to power their life force. So I feel a very, very spiritual connection with that. And so Maymon has been my favorite because that's the last harvest festival. It's really interesting because when I lived in California, I couldn't see that this was sort of the end of the season because it usually wasn't for us. But now that I live in Iowa, it's a little up north. It's definitely, I could see where the time would be if this is the last harvest that you get. So I always like it sort of I call it pagan Thanksgiving basically. So
yeah,
it's fun.
I mean, it's technically the pagan New Year is Samhain, but Maybon is like the start of the fun time of year, I guess is the best way to put it. It's like the start of the party.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, a lot of the Wiccan practice is built on primarily a fertility religion, right? It's based on the idea that we are part of a cycle that will continue forever. And part of that cycle is raising the food that'll get you through the tough times of the year. And having a successful ability to start that at Maybon means, things are going to be okay for the rest of the year.
Is that where the wheel of the year starts? Isn't it?
Well, it starts at Samhain.
The harvest at what?
It starts at Samhain, the wheel of the year. But that's when you've gotten through. Maybon is kind of we've gotten through the tough time, the rebirth, and now we're into the full life of the year, right? The green is back, and it's doing the cool
harvest
stuff.
One, right? Because in block is the first, right? And then there's the solstice.
Well,
summer
technically,
solstice.
Yule's the first, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not a Wiccan, and I've read about Wicca, so I'm not like
No, it's all
on
good.
that. So I generally just follow it as it goes.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, it's but that's kind of how it works. And I mean, Mabon's a fun party. I mean, I'm personally more of a Beltane person.
Oh, I love Beltane too. Yeah.
Yeah, Beltane is I guess the best
Oh yeah,
way
it's
to
in
explain
Black
it is
Beltane and then Mabon.
yeah, Beltane is basically the time of year where we celebrate more or less getting it on, for lack of a better term.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like when the plants are the plants are going crazy, like the animals are like having babies,
That's
like
fun.
all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, and you ever want to hang, or like if you're ever interested in going to a really wild party, Beltane is the party to go to.
How wild we're talking?
Depends on the group.
Is it the kind of party you take your keys and you leave them in a bowl?
I've never been part of that particular kind of party, but
besides, wouldn't it
let's
really
just
be broomsticks in this instance, not keys? Like, isn't that how you guys get around? Like,
well, I mean, personally, I'm more of a Roomba guy, but
Oh, that was good. Well played.
That's well played. Yeah, he wins.
No, but I don't know, man. Like it's just we're part of that cycle, and we view it as that cycle. I was actually having a really great discussion with one of my students that, we are being part of this religion is accepting that you are a link in a chain that flows around and comes back again, right? That you are there to help out those as they go through that cycle, and then be ready to be part of that cycle again yourself. Sorry,
no, go on. I'm going to pull something up while you're talking.
And kind of understanding that totality and being ready to deal with that is a big deal and kind of cool.
These are some of the traditions that we've adopted for Halloween. This one I think is funny. Bobbing for apples and where it came from. And it's supposed to foretell how your relationships are going to go, basically. Yep. It's rooted in love and romance. This is according to this. This is actually, I think this is your
that actually explains a lot, because I've bobbed for apples multiple times. I've never been able to do it, and I have 2 divorces. Maybe if I could just finally get that apple, I would finally have a marriage.
Can you get mono from bobbing for apples? Because as a kid, we did have like one costume party as a kid, but thinking about it in hindsight, I'm like, that was nasty. We didn't change out the bleh.
It's super gross.
Of kid
bobbing for backwash.
It's super gross.
We also had a superstition, that my grand taught me, that you take the apple and you peel it, and you have to peel it in one go. Like you can't break the skin, and then it'll come true. Like that's what you had to do.
You can't break the skin, so you gotta just suction.
It would be one corkscrew kind of thing.
You gotta kind of peel it all as one
all
action.
at one. Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, I think if you might be checking out the girls to see who is the best at bobbing for apples, and maybe that's how you sort of it foretells how
pick a mate,
how things are going to be. Yeah, she's she's working hard at that. She's consistent, got good suction.
I want that one.
Small hoops be damned.
So it says that it was stolen from a Roman tradition called Pomona, the goddess of agriculture and abundance. Young men and women would be able to predict their future relationships based on the game. When the Romans conquered Britain, the festival blended with the
Samhain.
Yeah.
Reading it is worse. When you're thinking it, I can say it properly, but reading it is, that's not a word. Like, you guys.
Yeah, if you want to use the American pronunciation of pumpkin spice, we're all good with that.
Pumpkin spice.
The other forgotten Spice Girl, by the way.
Candy apples. No, not a fan of candy apples. Organized mischief.
Yep. I'm all about the mischief.
Organized mischief.
Did you know a group of mice is called a mischief? FYI.
I did not know that. So it started as part of May Day celebrations for some reason, but Samhain and eventually All Souls Day included Good Nature's Mischief. When blame the Irish all the time. Irish and Scottish immigrants came to America, they brought with them the tradition of celebrating Mischief Night as part of Halloween. So,
yeah, gingers. Pranks and merriment are always fun.
It's the gingers.
But they kept it very low key.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
You win the night, Leon.
That's why I'm here, just to make stupid fucking
Do
jokes.
it. Do it. That's devouring candy. Treats, not necessarily candy, fruits, nuts, coins, and toys were just likely to be given out. Trick-or-treating rose in popularity in the 1950s, inspired candy companies, yeah, smart, to market small, individually wrapped candies, and they're getting smaller and smaller, even today. So in the 1970s, it really took over. And then, of course, we got the great Halloween scares of the poisoned candy. And that whole urban legend started up.
I have a story for this. Actually, I just listened to the story again. I'm going to drop the story in the private chat, and you can pull it up for the visual. Okay. So I heard of the Candyman. There's been a couple different Candyman murders, true crime series stuff. Yep. But this one I hadn't heard of, and this is actually one of the origin stories for, poison candy at Halloween, or razor blades and apples, that kind of thing. But this piece of shit, he ended up unaliving his 8-year-old son with pixie sticks. So back in the day, so he poisoned pixie sticks. I think it was arsenic. He resealed them with a stapler. And he said that he went trick-or-treating with his kid, and some person, he doesn't remember who's, where he got the pixie stick. Right. Long story short, he did it. And he planned on poisoning both of his kids to get the life insurance policies that he put out on them, to get himself out of debt.
Creativity.
Wow. I mean, crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I mean, I get the kids can get on your nerves.
How bratty were his kids? Like, if they walked into a Walmart and cried in the toy aisle, maybe they deserved it.
Leon,
that's just because you want to be able to shop for kids' toys in peace. That's what that is.
Oh, God damn it!
No, you want that Funko Pop?
Please, I'm a Star Wars Black Series kind of guy.
Oh, I remember
God.
But yeah,
this is horrific. So he helped his son.
Trick-or-treaters 50 years later.
He helped his son Timothy open the candy tube, and the young boy complained that candy tasted bitter. Yeah. So the deacon grabbed his son a glass of Kool-Aid, which also, careful with that, to wash the bitter taste out of his mouth, and then put his son to bed. Yeah.
He's kind of a big dude. Maybe he just wanted the candy for himself.
I mean,
and apparently the kid actually was going to go for a different piece of candy, but the dad was like, "No, you eat this one."
Evil people.
It looks kind of like Newman.
So yeah, I mean, but still, it is one of those stories, and I didn't know it specifically, but there are these stories out there, whether they're urban legends or true crime stuff. I don't know how people can trust, going door to door anymore. People are nuts.
Yeah.
Hence the trunk or treats.
It doesn't really it doesn't seem to be as big as it used to be. Like back in my neighborhood, I mean, California, there was nobody. We didn't have a lot of kids in our neighborhood either. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I see a lot of trunk or treats out here, and I'm like, what the hell is fun with that? Like, boring. No.
Trunk or treats are so gay.
Yeah, they are. It's stupid. And it's always like churches that have them. So it's like, okay, we need to take back Halloween. And I'm like, you're not. I mean, come on. We have Halloween decorations and freaking what's that, Hobby Lobby now? Like we're winning.
Does anyone get the urge to yell Hobby Lobby every time you see it? Hobby Lobby! It's like battle cry.
It is.
I'm more of a Michael's Hobby guy, so
it's just fun to say.
What is a Hobby Lobby? Because I hear that a lot, and it doesn't. Those words don't.
You don't have Hobby Lobby up north?
No, we have Michael's, but we don't.
You have fucking Moose Caboose or something.
Michael's. Michael's.
It's like a Michael's mixed with a Ross, as far as kind of just random.
Yeah, it's got a lot of house
knickknacks
and craft. It has a really extensive craft supply selection. Mm-hmm. Like I found a lot of really good stuff for costuming, it's glues and sort of resin, and they have a decent fabric selection. They have really great flowers. I got all of my most of my flowers. Yeah, I got most of my wedding flowers from there.
Why is it called a lobby?
Marketing?
I have no idea, because it's like a
marketing is the best answer too. This is the other
Hobby Lobby.
This is the other Candyman inspiration. This is more for the movies of the story. This actually happened in '87. In this one project, people could get in through the mirrors, and they can go between the apartments in the walls. And
It was maintenance space, right? To get in between apartments.
There's actually an episode of The Rookie where they actually do that.
Oh, okay. The Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
Star. Yeah. Nadia loves Nathan Fillion. She's not here anymore, so shout out to her. So yeah, this actually is a thing that happened. People were coming out. They usually would rob people, but in this case, and she actually reported it, but no one believed her. And eventually, she was killed by the people in the mirror.
Oh my god, that's awful. And then we find out that there's like the whole sewer juice story, like that went away real fast. That's you, the tunnel. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was scary. Like, it's so funny with all these metropolitan areas, there's just tunnels everywhere. Like, that is an interesting rabbit hole to go down.
No, they were just really dedicated Ninja Turtles fans, you fucking anti-Semite. Like,
yeah.
No.
Wait a minute, the Ninja Turtles are Jewish?
Apparently.
They are in my headcanon, buddy.
Okay. I'm not going to argue it.
That's weird. I know. The thing that really creeps me out is like Chicago, like going under the downtown area. Like, I swear to God, there's freaking orcs in there.
You could have just stopped at the thing that creeps me out of Chicago. We would have got it. Like,
we have tunnels here too, actually, but
yeah, I lived in New York, and there are whole communities down there. Like in the abandoned subway tunnels and stuff. There's whole communities.
Moxie's got to go. Moxie, we're gonna get you out of here, but thank you for hanging out.
It was good to hang with you, Moxie.
Hey, nice to meet you.
So much.
Thank you.
Likewise. Happy birthday.
Thank you
Lady
so
Bio.
much. Yeah. Thank you.
And thanks for having me on. It was great.
And what's up next for you?
Next for me, apparently I'm going to be on an impromptu Badger Cast Halloween edition tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific. And that should be fun. And then Saturday is my once a month Griff stream. And if the stream gets to the target for donations, there's 2 tiers, Gothy Moxie and surprise tier 2 this time around. And Leon will be joining me with a bevy of panelists featuring Gooch, Badger, the aristocratic utensil, he who should not be named, Ryan Roger Athe. And it's going to be an interesting bunch. So that's Saturday at 9 p.m. Pacific. So do the math.
Very cool.
What is the target you need to get rid of Ryan?
Ooh, tier 3.
There you go.
Go big or go
Get
home.
rid of Ryan. He's so nice.
We love Ryan. Everyone loves Ryan. I'm just joking.
If he makes any spear jokes, though.
Right.
I do not love Ryan. Just
you can't throw spears.
Not for any sort of spear reasons or whatnot. I just don't like fat people.
Dragon Slayer commentaries will also be on. That was I was like, I can't remember who else. You don't have to embiggen me.
I don't have to, but I did anyway. So thanks for coming on, Moxie. And have a great show on the weekend. Good luck. And hope to have you on again. Good night.
Peace.
Good night.
Good night.
Happy birthday, Lady B. Sorry, I didn't get to say
you.
that one.
Happy birthday. I didn't know it was your birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, it's my birthday today. It's wild. Like, my mom was all freaked out. She had me like by C-section, I think. Yeah, she had me by C-section. So she woke up and she saw nurses wearing Halloween costumes. She's like, oh my God, I hope my daughter wasn't born on Halloween. And they're like, no, it's tomorrow. But you know what? I've had Halloween-themed birthday parties for my entire life, and all you motherfuckers are lucky. I love Halloween, and I like costumes and getting dressed up, so...
Yeah, my daughter's a Valentine's Day baby, so I totally get it.
That's cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Halloween's not... Like, Christmas would be the worst.
Fine. Like, I always think it's awesome because I start the party today, and then it's like, I just keep continuing it till tomorrow. George, please stop. This cat, he's out of control.
George is the cat.
Yeah. Oh no,
not the husband.
Okay. I'm just gonna turn off the camera. He's yeah.
Well, it was nice seeing you for once.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks. I know. I've just been feeling so bad with fibro that I haven't been feeling like going on camera, but yeah, I'm feeling better. And
That sounded like a dig. I was being genuine. I'm sorry.
No, it's I feel bad because I like getting dressed up and for shows every night and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Squeeka.
Yes.
Would you mind singing Happy Birthday?
Oh my God, I get the Squeeka treatment.
What does that mean? The Squeeka treatment?
Yeah, I've heard you sing. What are you talking about? You have a beautiful
I've heard you
voice.
sing too. She's really, really, really
Yeah,
good.
I can't do it because you're making me laugh. Hold on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lady B. Happy birthday to you. There, I did it.
Beautiful squeakle. I
Thank
love
you,
it.
Squeak. Common people's very excited about it. The rendition. Hello, common people. And Squeaks, do you have any? Well, I know you've had a lot of stories. Would you mind telling us the Samhain story with that you messaged me?
Which one did I message you? I mean, I celebrate it. I don't celebrate it necessarily the same way other people do. For me, it's a night of very deep introspection, and I take seriously the turning of the wheel, so to speak. So that's what it's for. Halloween is also the last day that I saw my father alive. So we have some traditions based around that now. Like when we were in the hospital with him, he wanted a peanut butter and cheese sandwich, which is the nastiest thing I've ever put in my mouth. And I kid you not, I put some nasty things in there. But yeah, and I hate American cheese, and it's even nastier with peanut butter. But every year we have a peanut butter and cheese sandwich to celebrate my dad, and I have a shot of what's left of his TX whiskey that he had. The bottle's running low, but I'll drink it till it runs out.
Wow,
that's what I do.
Cool.
Now,
what kind of cheese?
Were you taking? How do I ask this without sounding insensitive? Because it's a genuine question.
Just ask, honey.
Did he pass prior to you being of age to drink? And if so, were you doing this ritual regardless because it's one shot? Who gives a fuck?
He passed 2 years ago.
Okay, so you were already of age then.
I'm 187 years old, baby. I've been able to drink for a long time.
Well, you sound 29 and a half.
It's the alcohol.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers to that.
I have a bottle of Rumble on my desk right now. It's alcohol.
You have some other stories. I know you got lots of stories, Squeaka. Whatever you're comfortable sharing.
Stories. Which ones do you want? Like, I mean, we talking top loader stories? We talking spooky stories?
Well, the top litter story is probably the best story of all time. But
classic.
Yes, it is. Do you have any? What about costumes? Dressing up?
Oh, I love costumes. I've gone as a spiderweb before. That's one of my favorites.
Do you ever get stuck in the washing machine when you're?
I should go as a washing machine. Oh, thanks, Zach. I should do that. I should go as a top loader.
You should.
I really should.
Wait, hold on. Idea. These people have not heard the story. Would you mind telling us the story one more time?
What story? The top loader story?
Yes.
How have they not heard the top loader story? Can't you just play the clip or something?
I don't have the clip ready, or I would play it for you. Oh, you can tell whatever story you want, and it can be true or false. Doesn't even matter. No fact checking here, just like a debate.
No. I don't. Now I'm on the spot. I don't know what story to tell. I mean, I'll tell you the top loader story. But okay, so I had a roommate named Peachy. Kid you not, real name, not her stage name, real name, Peachy. And she kind of hated me, and I kind of hated her. It was okay. But I came home one day, and there's this god awful screaming. And I walk in, and in the laundry room is the washing machine and these legs and this bear butt naked just flailing, and I'm like, what is going on here? Now, mind you, Peachy was top heavy and about 5 feet, if that.
This is sounding more and more like an invitation to some kind of OnlyFans sort of scenario here.
It kind of was. And OnlyFans I did not want to join.
So you walked in, you hear her screaming, you go to the laundry room, and what do you see?
Her legs. Okay, so apparently she had only had on a shirt, and she had fallen in top first into the washer because it didn't have the agitator in the middle. So I walk in, and it is literally legs and bits sticking out of the top of her.
And does she wear underwear?
No, she didn't. That's why I said it's bare. It's like, what?
Help me, Step Squeaker.
She was screaming. I was dying. I was like, what? I couldn't process this. I'm laughing.
Yeah, there's a
like,
notice me senpai in here somewhere.
She's screaming at me to help her. And I'm like, hold on. I can't even breathe right now. Give me a second. This isn't funny, blah, blah. I'm like, it's funny, yo. It's really funny. I mean, I wish this had been a few decades later. I would have had this on TikTok, man. Only something. But so I go and I'm like fine, I'll help her. And so I compose myself and I go to help her, and she's still squirming. And I mean, I am face level with things I don't want to be face level with because I don't like her. And I'm like, will you stop moving? Will you stop moving? And then she's mad because her chest keeps getting caught on the side of the thing. And I'm like, just stop moving.
How did you get her out?
I kind of just had to wiggle her out. Like I grabbed handfuls of boobs and just kind of wiggled and pulled. I mean,
in the spin cycle. How did she get in there?
She was doing laundry, of course, and she had used a step stool to get to the stuff that was stuck in the bottom to reach it. And the cat had a case of the zoomies and decided to run around and knock the step stool out from under her, and she fell in.
The worst part about this whole story is that clearly the clothes hadn't been putting out yet, so she's like in there with damp clothes, like getting all.
No. I mean, she was reaching for the stuff at the bottom, so I mean, we're like talking like a couple socks or something, like at the bottom.
That's the worst part. Oh, socks, gross.
I mean, use your imagination. It could have been G-string, whatever you wanted to be.
Use my imagination up to this point, and it was serving me well until you said that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Leon wasn't really enjoying the story until right then when we got into the sock territory.
To be fair, but like it's told a little differently every time, so I was like, oh, bits, okay, yeah, let's go.
You can put whatever you want in there. I'm fine with it.
I can't, because that would be a crime. But
well, I mean, consent is king and all that, right?
That was non-consensual rescuing. I did not want to do that.
You got to believe me, officer.
I'm going to use the term non-consensual rescuing every chance.
I have said that. I have said you've got to believe me, officer. I've been to prison.
No, I think the worst one I've ever had with an officer was, no, officer, these are my sacred herbs.
The worst one I've had as an officer was I was the officer, so I don't.
Oh, well, there we go.
Oh, that's bad.
But you had all the leverage in the world there, Squeaker, with a roommate you didn't like, and you selflessly say you could have said like, "Hey, how about you do you clean the kitchen for a month, and I'll see what I can do to get you out of here." But you didn't do that. I
blackmailed her with photos. I should have taken a lot of photos. It's not like I didn't have cameras.
Well, you know what? If you want, we could reenact it somehow. We'll find somebody who's that short, and we'll figure it out.
Lady B, how tall are you?
How tall are you, Lady B?
5'5". I'm not that
too tall. Way too tall.
Did you just like arrange an OnlyFans here, Zax?
Only loaders. It's only loaders.
Only loaders. There we go.
Only loaders. Oh yeah, you guys talk about
Jana. Jana's gonna be my top loader. Honey.
Jana's in.
Jana.
I'd save Jana from a top loader, and then I'd put her back in just to save her again.
We'd all save Jana.
Oh no, you missed you okay, I gotta find that picture for you, Squeaker, before we start to wrap this up, because it's worth seeing. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
I did have a Halloween costume one year where I got really brazen, and I went as a hoe mouse for Halloween.
My ex-husband said that slutty is a costume, it's an accessory.
Oh no, it was and I made the mistake of going to a party in downtown Austin at the time, Not only did I get paid for a few things that I didn't do, but I also got almost arrested. I was like, no, I'm not working. I'm going to this party over here. And they're like, sure, ma'am. We need you off the street. And I was like, but
I'm not a working girl. I'm just slutty. It's okay.
There we go.
Jana.
That's our girl Jana.
The rosary in the background does it for me.
Oh my God! When you pull this picture
I was
up,
just about to say
that. So I had you muted. I just wanted to give you the watch time because we're on Gucci's stream. You pull this up, I just typed wood, and I had no idea it was Jana because you were muted.
Even Jana makes it more wood. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I respect Jana too much to make those sorts of comments about her, though. She sent me 3 pictures of her kid. I couldn't.
Yeah, one. Yeah, this is our girl Jana.
I love Jana.
I know. And like,
they're beautiful people.
There's layers too, because obviously she looks great, but also a girl that would not only put this costume on, but come up with it and make it.
And pose in front of a rosary.
Right, of course. What could be better? And
I can tell you what could be better: posing in front of a rotisserie.
Dude.
But she married an Italian. She married an Italian. So there you go. Yeah, that's it. Jana, thank you for that.
Yes, Jana, thank you for that. Hold on, I need to save this picture real fast.
I need to make this background.
I'm suddenly reminded of in A New Hope, the Death Star briefing there. It's a main port just below it's a support port just below the main port. You got to follow down the trench here a little bit.
Oh my.
Yeah, there she is.
Only a direct hit will cause a chain reaction,
Yeah, direct hit.
Something other than the tattooing has 2 moons. Yeah, nice indeed. Thicker than a Snickers. She likes cake.
Tomorrow I will be dressing as a Care Bear. Go me.
Hell yeah.
Very nice.
Helldivers is cool. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading the chat.
No, yeah, me too.
I was like, yeah.
Helldivers is. I haven't played it, but I've heard good things. I got Red Dead for the PC now, so I'm gonna be busy with that.
Very cool.
Yeah, the Red Dead 2 is my favorite game. Best game ever. And I've played Red Dead.
I mean, it's no big rigs, but
It is no big rigs. Oh, also, were you here when? Because Jess sent us some photos too.
Oh, I've seen these photos. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
What a panel tonight. And then of course I got to show myself off. Look at that guy.
Love it.
There are no recorded pictures of me.
I thought I liked the Jess pictures, but goddamn, Superman.
There you go.
It's the necklace
Drop the
that does
soap,
it for me.
Zach. Drop the
It
soap.
says, I have money, but also I will hold you tenderly.
You have soft hands too. I can tell. All right, let's we're gonna wrap this puppy up. Been over 2 hours, you guys.
Yeah.
Let's everyone's actually I have to add our new guest into the description because did not have him, but I have now subscribed to you, and so I'll get your stuff up here.
Thank you so much. Would you mind if I plug something real quick?
Plug away.
So tomorrow night I'm doing a charity live stream where I'm going to do tarot and rune readings on the stream. The stream, all the money raised for it is going to go to Child's Play and the Rainbow Railroad. Child's Play puts gaming consoles in children's hospitals, and the Rainbow Railroad gets queer people who are in countries where they can be murdered for being queer out of that country. Last year, we raised enough money to get a lovely lesbian woman out of Russia, and she's now actually able to live her real life normally in Central Europe. So I'm hoping to raise some more money and be able to rescue some more people this year, and I would appreciate anyone who wants to come out.
Okay.
Sorry, was that intentional? Appreciate anyone who wants to come out.
You know what? I'll go with it. I'll just run with it. And Zach, if you want, I'll send you a copy of the link to it. And,
yeah, please do. I'll put it up right now.
Everybody on the panel is more than welcome to join because it's a good cause.
And when does that start?
It's going to start 8:30 Eastern, and I'm going to run it till until you guys are satisfied with everything that comes out. And yeah, I'm going to be reading runes, and I'm going to be doing tarot live on it. I've got a special.
I would appreciate if you pronounce it tarot. It's kind of upsetting to the bird. Just
yeah, I got you.
What deck do you use?
So I actually have one of the really rare. It's a Rider-Waite style, but it's a when World of Darkness, the White Wolf Publishing series.
Oh yeah.
When they put out the Mage the Ascension books, they had a tarot on every one of the books. They actually limited edition released a set of those cards, so it's all like dark gothic imagery on the cards.
Cool.
Yeah,
Those,
the art is pretty wild.
Those games were awesome back in the day.
Yeah.
Before I think they kind of broke them, but over time.
Well, what happened was CCP, the guys who make EVE Online, bought the company and basically gutted it.
Oh. Yeah.
speaking of gutting the CCP, have you guys heard about? Sorry.
Tell us all about your CCP.
Tell us about the CCP.
Tell us about your CCP.
Make sure you include the extra C in there, otherwise you're telling us a whole different story that none of us want to be an accessory to.
Right.
Okay, so that's tomorrow night. I'll get you a link up there. If
Thanks.
if a mod could find it, I can't. I don't trust you, Nos. I don't trust your link. I don't trust that's the link. I don't believe it. Nos is very cagey. I'll say that.
Yeah, so for right now, just youtube.com/Corion, and I'll get you the proper live stream link when it goes live.
Cool. I gotta show this one more time though before I go. Before we keep wrapping things up. Look at these two. Great couple.
Yeah.
Nadia.
I love the
Chris.
So fucking hot he is.
Isn't he?
Hell yeah.
What made the red man red?
Good question. Good question.
You flirting with him, obviously. He's just all embarrassed up, man.
Yeah, he sent me messages asking what the best place to start with the Dragon Ball franchise was, and I was like, oh my god.
Talk my language.
I actually have a set of Dragon Balls over here. Actually, I picked up the
never man with a plan. I appreciate you.
Yep.
Never touched it, never seen it. No Dragon Ball for me.
Lady B, what's going on with you guys?
Okay, I'm actually doing something I'm really excited. I jumped on it. Some of my guy friends have been reviewing Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I listened to it, and so I'm going to get in on the rotation for it. So we're going to be doing a stream like Saturday night. I'm not sure the time yet, but I'll post it up. So I'm very excited to be doing a stream again, and I'm going to try to make some funny clips from the audiobooks. So yeah, we'll be doing that on Saturday, and then I'll be back on Wednesday. So.
And what's happening with the White Cloaks?
Oh, White Cloaks. You guys, what are you guys doing, babe? I don't know, like if there's
Bigot Army Ray, what up, boys?
Yeah, Bigot Army. Hey. I'm not sure what they're doing. They're recording stuff right now, so hopefully they'll get some more start the rewatches and stuff. It's kind of hard because Pips has been out of the country and he has a baby now, so he's been spending more time with his family.
Bigot Army, Bigot Raid. I have my Bigot Army Raid clip special ready for you guys. So yeah, let's celebrate the bigots.
Well, I'm packing up my game and I'ma head out west where real women call me grip and fake breasts. Find a nest in the hills, chill like Flint, buy an old drop top, find a spot.
Love you, Bigot Army. Yeah, that's also Gooch's favorite clip, but he's not here. But yeah, thank you, Bigot Raiders. What's up? I got $2 super chat. Bigot Army Ray, clapping your cheeks. I got a clip for you. Not the same clip, and not as much of a fun clip, but it's all right.
Where you can all stand around and jerk each other off while you tilt your head backs and go, woke, 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 woke. And
our boy John Campia, killing his career, one video at a time. Ronaros, thanks for coming. Never seen you here before. That's new. £5, proper money. You have
euros.
Your AC score to maximize with Leon here. I know. Here's money. Leon is the man. He's everyone knows Leon. Everyone loves Leon.
Or is it Leona? I don't know.
Or Leona.
I don't.
So Leon is the man, Leona is the woman, and I don't know about the whole everyone loves Leon shit.
You shouldn't have to pick.
Well,
I'm waiting for Leonix the tentacle monster, but that's
maybe that's my tier 3 grift.
You got a Leon clip.
And so yeah, my granny was the first one to turn me on.
My granny was the first one to turn me on.
Nice.
You got your Leon clip. Thank you very much, Raiders. Like you do say,
do you know when that stream was from, out of curiosity?
What's that?
Do you know a general just date range of when that stream was from?
No, but I can find out. I'm sure.
Because if it was prior to June, the granny in question was still alive then. But if that was, no, it's even better because she's immortalized now in such a comedic way. She would love it. So
it was just perfect. It was perfect. Hypno says he's gay and misses Leon. Leon? Do you miss
It's
Hypno?
not like I've gone anywhere. I just haven't been super active in chat because I haven't been keeping up with the news, so I haven't really been able to contribute to the conversation in ways that are. I've been kind of checked out because I've been. I'll be real, kind of bored lately. I love Hypno. I'll keep up with everything he does, but like I've been so obsessed with politics stuff. I don't know what's going on with culture war stuff right now because the election's taken all my time.
So you're saying that you want to pick a fight with Hypno?
Oh God, no, he beat my ass. His shoulders are almost as good as yours.
And like even like debate wise, he's not the right guy to pick. I'm working on the video
God,
for
he would destroy me at that as well.
For that time Vincent came on, and then you guys you tussled with him for a while, and then Hypno came in and just stomped him. Just stomped him, and he gave permission for it. So I mean, what are you gonna do, right? We did ask him, Mega. You aren't missing out. Kamala is still retarded. Biden is still saying no, and Trump might win the flip states. It'll be interesting.
That's what I'm hoping for.
It'll be interesting. Yeah. Leon gets all of the love / hate. What's up, Lamar? Thank you very much. Atreus, Vera, and Hypnotic in here. Thank you very much, guys. You guys are awesome for coming over. All right. You know what?
Also, real quick, Romeo says Vincent is not doing well right now. Did you see him shadowboxing with IJP on Twitter earlier?
No, when?
Oh, I'll send you the links. It's so fucking funny.
Holy shit. Why? Why is he still doing this shit?
I don't know.
Because he got called out by Hypno again. He was trying to. He doesn't have a point. I wish he had a point. If he could have a point, that would be nice. But he got nothing. Nothing.
It was so weird too, because like he posted a clip of a Hypno, like a Hypno clip. And then tagged IJP saying something like, and IJP doesn't care about blatant racism. And IJP's like, what? Where did that come from? He's like, you know what you did? He's like, homies literally boxed it with shadows. It was so great. I don't know.
Squeeks Mouse, what are you doing? You're on the panel. You have to do that.
Oh, there's rules? I didn't know there was rules. I'm sorry. I didn't know there's rules. You mean take them back?
Sure. Can you take them back? No, I'm keeping them. I'm keeping them. You did not get them back. You do get your song.
Yay.
Enough. I am Gandalf. And Gandalf means me.
Gandalf? Not the wandering wizard.
The same.
Thank you, Squeaka. And Jana, again, not only is she giving us pictures, pics. She's $2.
Photos for those of you with collegiate
every
education.
week. That's right. Well, we have our guy who, Hunter J. So this is good. It goes with the pics. Bring Squeaka back every week. I would love to have Squeaka on all the time. Squeaka is a hard one to nail down. She's not stuck in appliances. Here we go. Here we go.
There would even be guys playing for the female avatar just to get free gold, and gals who would play the male avatar just to avoid being harassed by male players to give me your email address so I can send you pics.
That's it. That's my game, y'all. I'm just playing as a female avatar to get gold. That's it. I'm secretly a guy.
Was it RuneScape? I think that's the name.
You sound a little Chris Tyson-y.
Well, I mean, if you're that interested, I mean, you know, here's my gold press latinum, I guess. So.
I'm not singing happy birthday to you. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Lady B. Yeah, his beard is blue. So that was one of his other identities. That guy, he was on YouTube previously, and then he left, and he came back, and he thought that it would be a good idea to dye his hair and his beard blue, and wear those sunglasses. So, like, I guess so people wouldn't know who he was. But then he goes through the rest of his life with the purple beard and blue hair, and so everyone recognizes him because he's the guy with purple hair. It's not a good disguise if you can't take it off, is what I'm trying to say. So it didn't work out well. He is now currently on a hiatus again from YouTube, but that was part of his mea culpa video he made because he he talked about how he didn't know how young the person was that he had been.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This guy's.
And so he was explaining himself because he met her on the RuneScape, I guess it is called. That some online game I don't play. And
I could tell you, Zach, it was good in 2006.
So okay, you played it
back in 20 years ago. Yes.
Okay, yeah. I think he's still yeah. The finger quote, it's the one finger quotes is what really gets us with that one. But it's also Lady B's birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Anyone who's passing through, and Squeeka, are you gonna do anything on your channel?
I'm up to 82 subs. Go me. Whoop whoop.
We gotta get you to 100.
No, what? No. Am I ever going to do anything?
I gotta get on your channel and subscribe down here.
You should.
There's no content. I don't do anything.
Don't you though?
Don't I though?
Don't you?
I save people from appliances.
You do.
Sing happy birthday.
What else is there? Plus, you have good stories on here. So and Pops.
I do. I hang out on Pops' channel every Tuesday on Talk Hard. They let me in the door, and now they can't get me out. So what are we doing? Hold on, I gotta look. I don't remember what we're doing. Oh, we're doing Gladiator. I haven't seen Gladiator, so that's gonna be exciting.
Oh,
Gladiator's good.
Yeah, it's a lot of movies. I think there's only 2 movies that we've reviewed that I've actually watched. That's not a first time watch for me. So I do that.
Mice aren't known for their DVD collections and subscriptions to DirecTV, so.
And then I have to say, as a birthday surprise for Lady B, actually I don't know if it really is, but I'm gonna say it is. Jana's cooking something up that I may be a part of.
Uh-oh.
You never know. I know.
That's
awesome. You know, I'll come anywhere for Jana. So
Clip that.
Hello.
Clip it. Leon, Idol, Words of Paradise, both the word. What's going on, dude? What night aren't you streaming?
You know what? That's a real good question. Tonight twice apparently. This was awesome. Thank you for letting me on. I was just happy to chill and watch Post Gooch's stream. So thank you for coming. I love talking about subjects like this. It was an absolute blast. Corona, it was very cool to hear what you had to say. And then tomorrow I will also, as Moxie was so gracious to point out about the Badger show, the Badger Halloween Spectacular. I will be on that as well with an absolute stat cast. And then Friday night is my own stream. Saturday is of course Saturday Night Hypnosis. Sunday is Late Night with Gooch. Monday is my other panel show, which is going to be awesome. Tuesday we have our conspiracy theory show, Tinfoil Haters. That's a lot. I'm trying to get videos out in between all of that, but it's been very difficult lately. So, you know what? We'll just see what happens. Either way, I was just stoked to be here and be part of the fun. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Romeo. I'm happy to be somebody's favorite twink because, God, I'm not my own. No, thank you so much, man. It's really appreciated.
Well, thanks for coming on and joining us in process. So love having you on, Leon. And you've been a jerk a few times recently too. So I love you there.
And it's always a pleasure to be on Jerks. Basically, it's just your channel is just a lot of fun. Anytime you're like, "Yo, you want to come on?" I will never say no. I could be having sex with a woman, and I'd be like, "Let me finish," and then I'll be on. It's a woman because a lot of people don't know that I'm not actually gay.
No, the best 30 seconds of her life.
I have to come on Zax's channels when he tells me to. Zax is actually my first ever sub on my channel, and I'll never forget it.
That's weird because Zax, you don't come off as a sub.
Not that.
He brings out the mousetress in me. What can I say?
Oh, I gotta keep my secrets, right? Gotta keep those secrets. All right, I am gonna be on with Nadia, talking about From on Friday, and Saturday, Circle of Jerks, 10 o'clock. We're doing one more with the dudes. I'm gonna look at doing another clam jam again after that. So the clam jam was a hit.
I wasn't invited to that, and I'm salty. I'm a salty clam.
You're gonna be a clam next time for sure. Whether you like it or not.
No, I'm refusing.
You can't say no. You just said that.
I can't.
You recorded that. You can't say no. You got to come be a clam. So
if Janet tells me to.
If Janet tells you to, go subscribe to Moxie too if you haven't. She had to leave a little bit earlier. Nadia too. Nadia is steaming towards 1K now. She's picking up speed on her horror channel. She's very active over there. She covers great stuff. And she's
literally two of the most underrated women that do the similar stuff that we do. Like Jess and Nadia are both just fucking master classes in how to stream. So go show them both love.
And that's a good point actually, because we had a lot
of subbing to Vex. I mean, Vex fucking sucks. Sub to Nadia and Jess instead.
I mean, Vex is also great. I'm not gonna. And Sassy, we're lucky to have some great ladies in the community, and they're very talented. And but yeah, they're undersubscribed, and which is the opposite of what they tell you will happen on YouTube. Like if you're a girl, you get all these subs, and they all have great channels, and they need more subs. So get over there and take a look at them. And if you subscribe now, maybe I'll send you a pic of Janet in a Stormtrooper costume.
Hell yeah. Maybe.
And if you're here for the first time, subscribe to me, hit the bell. Don't miss a show. Saturday night is a different kind of show, so it's for adults only. We get weird, and it's funny though. I have never laughed as much in my life as on some of those shows, and it's all part of the panel and the chat. Everything works together. You're gonna love it if you haven't seen it. And with that, I'm gonna play us out with our traditional good night song.
Oh hell yeah!
You know what, you love it. On your feet, salute and respect. Let's go.
Respect to the trans community. And fuck you, transphobes.
Trans people are my friends. Transphobes gon' catch these hands. Trans people are my friends. So respect them for we're going in. Trans people are my friends. Transphobes gon' catch these hands. Trans people are my friends. So respect them for we're going in. Transphobes, show your fucking mouth. I'll knock you out. I'll knock you out. Transphobes, show your fucking mouth. I'll knock you out. You better watch out. Trans people are my friends.